How many friends we'll get?
Oh, she's first.
Hello. Hello. Look
Lady
how bad my
B.
hair looks. I'm going to try to fix it real quick.
Fix that hair.
It's not going to be great. Happy Memorial Day. What's
Happy
everybody
Memorial
been
Day
doing
to
for
you.
Memorial Day? We have just had a very lazy day. We're still trying to recover from our vacation.
Yeah, we're honoring our fallen.
David.
By being
restful and
by being
peaceful.
restful and peaceful.
Hey, there's nothing I can do with this. It's just bad.
You have to do something.
We did have an awesome time. We had a great day. It was very, like I said, it was very lazy. We went out to lunch, and other than that, we went to the Dollar Tree. Other than that, we've just been chilling around the house. It's been super great. Hey, everybody. If you're here, say hi. We'd love to say hi to you. Hey, Jaden. Hey, Tiffany. Hey.
What's up, guys?
We are back from vacation.
Woohoo! We're back.
I'm kind of sad. Everybody knows, like, vacation goes by so fast.
Welcome back.
So fast. Hey, Caitlin. Hello. Yeah.
Ow.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to show them my shirt. This, and we're still like, rocking the Disney stuff.
This is the one shirt I didn't wear on the trip, so I'm wearing it
Yeah,
tonight.
he's got like paint on it or something. Yeah, so we thought we would do a live stream tonight just because I feel like even though we filmed all the videos that went up while we were gone and stuff, I feel like I haven't like talked to you guys since we, have left, even though I have done like comments and stuff, but I don't know, I just feel disconnected. So I thought we'd catch up over the live stream, and
absolutely
lots of you are on. Hello, Christy.
Hey,
hello,
lady.
Cindy. Anybody else I missed? Okay, so what do you have anything you want to start out with, or do you want?
No, we can just go with the flow on it.
Recap our vacation. I'm so sad it's over. It went so fast, but also really was exhausting. Yeah. Disney is not a restful vacation at all. No. Not at all. So I have vlogs coming up actually starting tomorrow night. The first vlog is going to go up, and then like 1 or 2 a week until we get them all done. But on the vlogs, I tell you how many steps I take throughout the days of being in the parks, and it's insane. We walked so much. So we are glad to be home, like getting in the swing of things and stuff, but it was so fun. So anyway, I'm going to try to kind of look over here and see your comments. What do we want to talk about the vacation first?
Let's just go overall, rate the experiences we went to.
So we stayed at like the most amazing condo ever.
Unbelievable. Thank you, Mom and Dad, so much.
Oh my gosh. We had seriously like the penthouse of this condo. It was so unbelievable. The videos I took does not do it justice. It was such a blessing. You guys, they had a tub, like this huge, like 2-person whirlpool tub, deep, like soaking tub. And guess what was in there? A TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I took how many baths in the course of the 6 days? A lot.
Probably 1 per day minimum.
And I would just sit in there and I don't want to ever get out. It was so comfortable. So we really had fun there. And they had like this big pool, and that was Nate's favorite part. He loved it. He is our fish. He is just so happy in the water.
Just like his daddy.
And he turned 6 while we were there. So I just cannot believe that we have a 6-year-old. That's
awesome.
Crazy. So for his birthday was actually on Friday. It was our last full day there. And we just let him swim, and he went down the water slides and stuff. So
we went to Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Magic Kingdom. Rate your favorite park and why.
My favorite park has to be Magic Kingdom. I mean, it's like, if you've never been, it's like the park that you think of when you think of Disney World. The castle and all the little like rides, and like Peter Pan and It's a Small World and Winnie the Pooh ride, and Splash Mountain that we didn't ride, but those like iconic. While David is very loudly getting us.
I'm getting my wife for water.
That's okay. those are kind of things. The Magic Kingdom is my absolute favorite, but I like little bits and pieces of all the different parks. We actually got to see a lot of Lucy's favorite characters in Epcot, and that was our first day. And you guys, there are no words to tell you how amazing it was to see her meet her favorite characters. Yes. It was like the sweetest thing. And I'm not a big let's stand in line. Sorry guys, we're just
I'm done now. I'm done now.
Next time I'll be more prepared. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm not a big let's stand in line to meet character people. We never do that. But with her, it was just the most precious thing. She literally cried leaving them in line because she didn't want to leave. It to her, it was just the best thing. And we try to get video of everything, but of course, just being there in the moment, just seeing her face and everything was so sweet. Yes, she was beautiful in her bell dress the whole day. And that vlog I just edited actually tonight, and going back, it's actually a long one, y'all. When the princess
it's worth the watch though.
When the princess vlog comes out, it's a whole princess day. We do the Bippity Boppity Boutique, and then we do the Cinderella character dinner. That video is 30 minutes long because there's so much in there. But she just had the best day. It was so sweet. She was so pretty. But you guys, she was so funny at the Bippity Boppity Boutique. She was so overwhelmed, I think. She says she was thinking really hard. But this was her face during the whole makeover. And the lady,
diva face.
It was just nothing. And the fairy godmother's "Oh, Princess Lucy, do you want to choose your favorite makeup and what color lip gloss and all this?" And she was like this. Mm-hmm. I can't even do it.
I just think she's not used to having that much attention.
Yeah, and there was a lot going on, like I said in the vlog, which y'all haven't seen yet, but it's this room, and there's this big circle of 20 chairs, and each chair has a fairy godmother in training, and then each chair has a little princess that's getting made up, and oh my gosh, it was chaos. Plus, you have all the moms and grandmothers and family members in there, and there's photographers taking pictures, so it was a lot, but she got to choose her hairstyle. So they show her the little menu of hairstyles, and they're and there's a fairy tale one that's the bun, and then they have rocker ones. I was so glad she didn't want those. But they said, how about we do this? And this is how Belle wears her hair. That was it. She wanted it just like Belle. So she had her little bun on top, and
she was beautiful.
It was just so awesome. And then getting to take her out to dinner to meet Cinderella and Prince Charming. And it's actually a really, really good dinner. Yeah, it was a really good dinner. Yeah, she was just so happy. She wasn't crazy about some of the rides. I kind of forgot because it's been a while since we've been, and he's always been so tough when it comes to rides and scary things and stuff. So I kind of forgot some of the rides, they had little scary parts. Yeah.
Disney loves surprises. Yeah. They're really big on just when you think it's over, bam, they do something else to you. That's
so the very first ride we rode was in Epcot because it was our first day, and we went straight to the new Frozen ride, which I thought was so well done. They redid the whole Norway ride, but it's the same actual boat ride. They just redid the
stops along the way.
So it's the same track. So if you guys have ever been on the Norway ride, there's 2 drops. One you go backwards and one you go forwards. It's not huge. I mean, I don't like drops.
But if you're 3.
Okay. But to her, they were big. So she was so excited to be on the Elsa and Anna ride, and then all those drops happened, and she was not happy about it.
My only regret from the Epcot day, she didn't get to actually meet Elsa and Anna.
I know.
That's my only regret.
We showed up as soon as it opened.
And there was already a 30-minute wait.
But we had to go get Nate's disability pass, which we're going to have to review that because that went so well. Yeah. David's brother got one and Nate got one, and it really helped us not have to wait in a lot of lines. Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and do it now while we're on the topic.
It went really good. I mean, basically, they give you this pass. If you haven't heard me explain it before, I'll try to do it quickly.
And it's digitally integrated into your key cards.
And I think I wasn't sure how it all was going to work the last time we talked about it, but they give you this card. They put it on your. It can either be your Magic Band, or we just had the park ticket
we had the
cards.
Kid ticket cards.
To say the same ones you do your Fast Pass with and stuff. And so if we wanted to ride a ride that had a wait, we could go up to the Fast Pass entrance, and they would give us a time to come back. So we didn't have to wait in line.
So let's say the fast pass or the extended wait of the ride was like 45 minutes. Well, then you walk up and go, can we DAS this ride? And they go, sure. They scan your card of the person in your party that has the disability. And then they would go, okay, come back in 45 minutes at blank time. And then you would come back at that time. They would scan that person's card and scan everybody else in that party's card. And then you would go in the fast pass lane.
So you didn't have to
you didn't have to actually wait physically in the line, but you could go get something to eat or go meet a character or ride a ride that had a lesser wait. So honestly, using that and the fast pass system, we probably did.
We didn't wait in, I don't think we waited in pretty much any line.
Jessica and I are both really strategic when it comes to things like this. That's something else we tell people when they ask, what's something I need to know when you go to Disney World? You need to plan it. You need to know when you go into that park, what rides you really want to do, what things you really want to see.
And it's if you go all the time and you can just be like, I'm going to enjoy like a couple things. But like us, like we knew that we wanted to see pretty much all these things, like a lot of things.
Because these are probably our kids' first real memories of Disney.
And so we had it like, we're going to go in, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to try to DAS this fast. We have fast passes as well. All this sounds really confusing as I'm saying it, but it actually went really smooth. Yeah. Christy, it's a great thing. So definitely, they were so nice. You have to go to guest services.
It takes 5 minutes once you get in there.
And then once you have it for the whole week.
Yes.
So, it was awesome. And everybody was so nice to us. The only line we had to wait in was when we first got to Epcot after the Frozen ordeal and all that. And we walked by the character spot, which is a great place to go in Epcot because you get to see Minnie, Mickey, and for us it was Goofy. I don't know if it's always the same. I know it's Minnie and Mickey. I don't know if they rotate Goofy. It might be the same all the time. Right. But it's 3 characters at once. So that's awesome.
And when we got in the line, it said 20 minutes.
So 15 minutes.
Okay.
And I guess they hadn't changed the sign, and there was a lot of people coming in. So it actually took us like 45 minutes. And that was really hard on Nate. It was really hard. He got really upset.
I still have a crick in my neck from holding
David had to put him on his shoulders. And for the line isn't so much upsetting, I don't think, because of the waiting, because he has stuff. It's the people. Like there was so many people around us. And
he's very claustrophobic.
And so am I. I didn't like it either. So that was hard. But Lucy, you guys meeting Mickey and Minnie was her absolute favorite.
Wait till you see the video.
Oh my gosh. And the video doesn't even do it justice. No. She was so precious. Yes, the blind, I'm sure that it would be the same kind of thing. Yeah. Any disability, you don't even have to really go into a lot of detail because you don't have to have a doctor's note and all that because of HIPAA and all the privacy stuff. You just have to say like, all I said to the guy was, the guest services guy, is we wanted to get a DAS pass because our son has autism and waiting in lines is extremely challenging for him. And they were like, okay, no problem. And so they kind of explained it all to us.
And used to, when you would get this, you would go right through the back of the line, sometimes even through the exit ramp, and you would get right on it. And people began abusing that and like faking illnesses and faking disabilities to get that pass. So Disney came up with this new system, which is brilliant.
I think it's fair.
Even if you still faked it or still pretended to have something, you're still waiting to get on it. Yeah. You're still having to wait the same amount of time somebody else is who's standing in line. You just get to go through the fast pass lane. So even if hundreds more people did it that shouldn't be doing it, it doesn't put a hamper on the people that are actually waiting. I mean, I remember going to Six Flags one time and they had a fast pass system where if you had a fast pass for that ride, you could get off and on and off and on and off and on over and over and over again. And you could ride it 4 or 5 times before somebody who's been waiting in line even gets to go on it once.
Yeah. Our light just went off. Sorry,
so
guys.
we're gonna probably put that on soon. So thankfully they've done this, in a very fair way now.
It's definitely very fair. And like you guys, on all the times we're in the parks, we're there for 3 days. We probably only DAS maybe 5 things.
Yeah, maybe 2 per day.
So, and on Epcot, I think we only DAS 1 pass. So it's not like we did it all the time.
Magic Kingdom, we only did 1 too. Hollywood Studios, we used it probably 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, but it was definitely fair, and it definitely helped Nate out, and it helped Kevin, David's brother, out. He did awesome too. Yeah. So it was a trip, but it was so fun. It went by so fast. I mean, it was hot.
Very.
The first day in Epcot was very nice. It was breezy. It was
overcast, 81 degrees, something like that.
And then the sun came out in Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom.
And if you've never been to Hollywood Studios, they've designed it to look and feel just like you're on a Hollywood movie lot. And Hollywood movie lots have no trees, no shade, building to building, side to side sidewalks. And that street and that asphalt cooks you. You feel like you're in a frying pan.
The worst part to me is after we were finally done at Hollywood Studios and we were walking back to the car, we were full on just baking.
Yep.
And we had the stroller, so we couldn't really ride the tram easily, so we just walked it. I felt like our kids were in an oven, and us too. It was horrible.
And stupid us forgot to put our window screen thing up, so our car was an oven when we got there.
Yeah, but we survived.
That was one of the funniest moments for me. Is we're probably 10-minute walk away from the car, and Jessica goes, "I didn't put the screen on the windshield."
You don't think about it in the morning when you're excited to go and everything.
So to compensate, I said, "Well, I've got to get there quick and get the key cranked." And so she reached in her purse and gave me the car keys. And y'all, I have not run that much since football.
I don't even know how you had the next energy left.
I told her it's the same. It's what we call as football players. It's fourth quarter mentality, where you kick in whatever you have left in your tank and you just go until that final whistle blows. And so I said, I'm going to get this car cranked and make sure we get the air on, so at least it's not terrible once we get there. So I jogged, with a backpack on for probably 200, 300 yards. And then speed walked the rest of it, and then got the car cranked. And right about the time I got it cranked, I looked over and I could see the stroller turning. So it ran for probably 2-3 minutes before they got to the car. But still, it was still hot in there.
Oh man, it was so hot. But what I love about Disney is a lot of the times when you're waiting in the park, you're inside.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the lines and stuff, they're all inside. So that really
Disney's
helps.
really good. It's not like a Six Flags where half the wait is outside in the sun. They strategically make you go through a door in the air conditioning and then you're waiting in line. So nice. It's really awesome.
But I also feel like one of the best things we did, and I'm going to tell everybody this, is if you have kids, you need to rent a stroller, you don't have a stroller you're bringing with you, because we don't have a double stroller. If we did, I guess we could have brought our own, but then that takes up a lot of room in our trunk. Right. The Kingdom strollers were awesome.
Yes, rave reviews.
Awesome. Nate fit in it fine. Lucy fit in it fine. So we had them both together.
Nate won't fit it in again. This time, yeah.
And we had it for 7 days. It was there when we got there. We checked in. It was in our condo. And then we left it to be picked up. It was like $90
for 7 days, which is incredible.
We saw the Disney strollers again. I was just so thankful we didn't have those.
Yeah.
They were so they were just plastic with like a little awning. And this was a super nice reclining. They pretty much reclined all the way back. So the kids could like lay down.
And the awning goes all the way over and even covers your kids' faces. So basically from their waist up can be in the shade.
Yeah, it was awesome. And it was just so nice to have it, especially because we've rented Disney strollers before, but you have to turn those in at the park gate. Yeah. Like you can't walk them to your car.
Yeah.
So having that for those long walks to the car, it was so nice. And I'll definitely recommend anyone.
Kingdom stroller is what it's called.
Kingdom strollers. And they have different ones you can choose from if you want a single or a double. We did the City Mini GT, I think that's what it was called. And we really liked it. I love that stroller. It folded up really easily and unfolded really easily.
I'll remind you, but we'll put a link to where we got it from.
I think I can put it right here. Hold on.
Okay, we'll work on that.
So it was really, really fun.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, guys. I hope you still can see me.
So while we're talking about that, let's move now to what was your thing you wish we'd done different, or least favorite moment that we should have planned for better, or go back and change?
You don't think they had the strollers in the 90s? Yeah, I'm sure they did.
No, they probably didn't. People didn't complain as much back then.
I know. Yeah, I don't even remember. I'm sure my mom, because I went when I was like 3.
My dad carried me everywhere.
But I'm sure we had some kind of stroller, but I don't even remember it. So, yeah, it is a different age. The only thing I did not like about the strollers, if you have kids that you think, well, maybe they can walk and they're old enough, let them, because what was so frustrating about it is no matter where you go into an area, even if you're going to eat lunch, even if you're going to see a show. They don't let you bring your stroller in. And there's not just parking right outside. You have to kind of walk all the way across the world sometimes to park your stroller.
They have designated stroller parking zones. And so there's probably, in Magic Kingdom, there's probably 50 of them. But again, you may be going into one ride that is right next to the stroller parking. Great. But then then you may be wanting to go to another one that's a 50-yard away walk. And so
a lot of them weren't right next to
And a lot of them are not shaded either. So your stroller's hot when you get back.
Or we would park it in the shade, but then there's cast members there that are constantly trying to reorganize to fit more in. So we would park it in the shade in the stroller parking, and then they would come and rearrange it, and then it would be in the sun. So that was kind of frustrating, and I don't know. So the eating in the condo, we did pretty good. I actually bought way too much. We had a lot more stuff.
We always do that.
But most of the stuff was stuff that we could bring home that were fine.
There's a few perishable things, but nothing.
We had a lot. We went on that travel day, you guys. We didn't get there because we left after church. We didn't get there till about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Yeah. By the time we get the kids to bed and everything, it was after 11. And David and I decided to go to the store because I'm like, we're leaving for Epcot in the morning. We have no milk because I had you guys saw the grocery haul I had, but I didn't have milk. What else did we get? Like some fruit, some yogurt, some stuff like that, like Nate's pancakes. And hey, everybody that I haven't said hey to.
Yeah, welcome in, guys. But yeah, we did good. By the end of the last day, when Mom and Jess were going through the food and stuff, Mom always says we always overshop for these vacations. It wasn't bad. But we really did well. We pretty much
ate out most of the time. Like we ate breakfast in the condo.
Yeah, every morning.
And then we ate lunch usually out somewhere. I think every day.
Yeah.
And then dinner, we either ordered pizza or we ate out, or we got Chinese food one time.
Yeah. Get at the grill by the pool. We ordered food in.
Yeah. So, and then I had some kids I had some stuff for the kids. Like I bought them some chicken nuggets and I bought macaroni and cheese. So a couple of those times when we ordered pizza or something, I just fed them.
Yeah. We budgeted for this as best we could.
But his mom and dad wouldn't hardly let us pay for anything. There were so
including our gas, guys. There were times I had to yank the pump out of my dad's hand and say, let me pump my own gas, please. You don't have to pay for this.
I know. They were just so nice.
That's who my mom and dad are. They have the gift of giving and they really love to take care of people. So thank y'all so much for that. If I had to name one thing I wish we had done differently, it probably would have been, really trying to maximize the schedule, especially like in Magic Kingdom. I think we did pretty good. And I think we did really well in Epcot, and I think we did really well in Hollywood Studios. Magic Kingdom is just there's so many.
We did good.
That we did really, really well, but there's so many things in Magic Kingdom that are kid oriented, and the great thing about that is that I think our kids had so much fun at Magic Kingdom, but then when you try to tie that in with, okay, now let's occasionally do something that's adult or do something occasionally that
David's sad because he didn't ride Space Mountain.
No, it's not even that. No, it's not even that because honestly, the problem is we tried to use our fast passes and DAS stuff, but the way the fast passes were arranged, we actually didn't even get to use them throughout the day because we had one that was at 6:00 p.m. So we didn't get a chance to even.
You're getting confusing. Okay.
So we didn't get a chance to even burn that fast pass and then reload it and get another one. So
okay, this is getting really confusing. So basically, what David is saying is you get 3 fast passes. And we scheduled 2 earlier in the day for the kids, but he really wanted to ride Space Mountain. And I told him, well, you can't DAS that because Nate's not going to ride Space Mountain. So we got one. The earliest one they had was for 6:00. However, about 5:00, it was so hot and it was David's dad's birthday. And we all decided we were going to go eat dinner outside of the park. So David missed out on Space Mountain. That maybe was a casualty, but there's nothing I could have done about it.
She's missing my point. If it had been any other ride at 6 p.m., that's a fast pass we can't use. That's a fast pass we can't reload and do something else with.
We could use it if we stayed.
No, honey, what I'm trying to say is I almost would have rather you left it blank. That way we could have used it at 10 and then used it at 1 and then used it at 3. But it's stuck on 6. you can't use it. And so we didn't get a chance
David is saying if you have a fast pass later in the day, if you use all 3 of your fast passes, then you could schedule another one. Right. However, I looked at the fast passes and there really wasn't a whole lot left. By the time you get to that day, there wasn't a whole lot left. So I don't think it was that big of a deal. If we wanted to ride something, we could have just DAS'd it.
Yeah, again, the premium thing on that, and I get it. They have premium rides there, so you only have so many premium reserves. So you couldn't, because we had a Space Mountain Premium Reserve Fast Pass, that tied up all the other premium rides in the park from us even being able to schedule and use them. And so I almost wish that we had left it blank so that if we had some spare time, you could have gone, well, you know what? We have an extra Fast Pass. Does anybody have anything they want to go try to catch?
And we could have done that. I was just really trying to get him to be able to ride Space Mountain. That's his favorite ride. And that was the earliest one they had.
Yeah. So. And I'm not blaming her for it. I wish I knew now what happened, so that we can go back and go, you know what, 6 o'clock, that's going to be late. We're going to be tired. Don't even schedule it. Just leave it blank.
We really thought that we would be able to be there all day. Mm-hmm. We really thought we would be there all day. However,
Kim, I appreciate it, but no, I'm not driving down there again right now to ride Space Mountain.
I really thought we'd be there all day. And what we actually did was we went to dinner. And then we took Nate back to the condo, and he stayed there with Grammy and Grandpa and went to bed. He was exhausted. And we took Lucy back out for the fireworks, which is a totally different story.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. But she had fun. That's all that matters. And David didn't get to ride Space Mountain. So I feel bad for him on that.
I was halfway up the line to ride it, and then Jessica said, you need to get down here. These people are crowding in, and we need to
I was in line to see the fireworks.
And I did not want to leave Jessica and Lucy by themselves in a crowd full of people without me nearby to be with them for security and for
Lucy was so excited, excited.
I know she wanted Daddy there, so I jumped out of line and ran down there because that's more important to me. Again, right? I've ridden it 20 times. It doesn't bother me that we didn't get to ride it. What bothers me is that for the kids, for us, for our parents, for my brother. That's a fast pass that if we had just left it blank.
Well, we could have just DAS'd it.
She's missing my point. I really wish we'd gone into the park going, we got these 2 scheduled, and we have 1 blank. So we can do something at 10, and then maybe if it's freed up, we can do something else later. But no, I'm saying we couldn't use it because it was tied up. I wish we could have gone to
David, I looked at the fast passes, and there really wasn't anything worth doing.
But in that moment, we could have tried, is what I'm saying. And is there a way to go to like services and say, we have one schedule, can you delete it, take it off?
You can delete it from the app.
Yeah, maybe we should have thought about that.
But I'm telling you, we had the DAS system, so we could have ridden whatever we wanted to ride. Yeah. Okay, this is just getting on a whole nother tangent I wasn't prepared for. Okay, I saw somebody's question up here. How does Nate do eating out? Does he like food from different restaurants? He actually does great eating out. He actually really likes eating out.
He likes the experience of restaurants.
He likes it better than eating at home. I mean, honestly, he really does really good. He likes his typical food, like cheese. Basically, like if we get a kid's meal, it's going to be a cheeseburger and french fries. I did film the lunch videos. Telling you now, they're not the best quality ever, but I'm going to show you because it was by the time we ate lunch.
She did the best she could. But
by the time we ate lunch, it was crazy. Like everybody's ready to eat, and I was like, "Wait, I need to film it." So I ended up just taking some pictures and stuff. Cheeseburger, French fries, mac and cheese, pizza. You know, typical kid stuff is kind of stuff he likes. But he likes it from anywhere. He loves eating out.
Yeah. Small World was the first thing we did at Magic Kingdom.
We went right into Magic Kingdom and we're like, let's go straight for Fantasyland, which is like where all the little kiddie rides are that get super crowded.
Very crowded.
By the time we got to Magic Kingdom, the actual back in there, Peter Pan had like a 45-minute wait or something.
And we were in like the 3rd or 4th ferry to get in.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Everybody else had the same idea. They all went right there.
So I went ahead and DAS'd that. And so we had like 45 minutes to kill or 30 minutes to kill or something. And so we rode. Yeah. Nate was pulling my arm to go into Small World. He was ready to just ride a ride. Yeah. So we ended up riding that. And they loved it. Nate rode the roller coaster. What was it called? The Mine Train.
It's the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's probably one of the newest rides in Magic Kingdom. And Nate really, everybody thought maybe he was scared because of his reaction. But if you're waiting for that ride, you're in a dark mine. And then when you get out on the ride, one of the first drops hits you right in the sunlight. And so Nate's eyes hadn't adjusted and he's got sensitive eyes. So the sunlight, he did like this. Everybody thought he was scared. No, he didn't like the light. He would have ridden it with his eyes completely open if it hadn't been for that. He loved that ride.
He loved it.
He did such a great time.
Yeah, we just had a great time. I mean, it was a lot of walking.
Yeah.
Super light, especially Epcot.
Double layer your socks.
I don't like doing that.
I did, and I didn't get a single blister because of
I didn't get any blisters. But it was just hot, and that's just how it is there. Mm-hmm. Lots of sunscreen. I did get the video from last night, the grocery haul that I posted today. I look really red. I am not that burned. I did get a little sun.
Yeah, she got a little on her neck on the last day, but
no matter how much sunscreen I put on, I'm so white, I will get burned. Like I had 50 on, and I put it on several times a day, but several times a day. Yeah,
I'm the tanner.
The kids didn't get any sun, so that was good. Yeah. But it was just so fun. What was your favorite day?
Oh man, that's tough. Most relaxing day was Friday because we just got to swim with Nate and just have fun there.
By then, though, I was so tired.
I know. I was sore.
I didn't even want to swim.
That pool felt so good when you're sore because you just get to float in and relax.
I just wanted to stay in the bathtub all day.
But in terms of memories made and enjoyment, Epcot. There was so many beautiful memories from Lucy meeting all these people and meeting Belle.
Oh, you guys, she met Belle and Belle danced with her. It was so sweet.
Like, and the whole rest of the week, this is how Princess Belle taught me how to dance.
I mean, we all had tears in our eyes. Lucy was so precious meeting all the characters. I mean, she just hugged them and she would not let them go. Everybody online was like, oh, it was so cute. And she got her little autograph book signed. One of my favorite days was the Bippity Boppity Boutique day and the character dinner day. That was like my dream of having a little girl coming true, Our drive was like 8
hours.
By the time
you stop and get gas once or twice and eat 30 minutes, it's about 8 hours for us.
It's about 7 if you don't stop, but we stopped.
You have to stop. You have to stop the kids.
The Disney princesses were awesome. They were all so sweet, and they really take their time with each person, which kind of makes you have to wait longer.
But it's worth it.
But then it's worth it when you get to meet them.
And if you love to people watch, you can watch other people interact with them, and that's always enjoyable too. I like people watching.
Yeah, I still wish she could have met Elsa and Anna, and I wish she could have met. There was somebody else.
She didn't get to meet Donald.
Yeah, she didn't meet Donald. She really wanted that. You can't meet everybody.
Let's see. She met Belle, Cinderella, Tiana, Rapunzel,
Snow White,
Aurora, Snow White, Minnie, Mickey, and Goofy, the stepmother, the stepsisters, Pluto. So
Dominic Stuffin, Sophia.
So about 11 or 12 people. So that's really good. For 3 days, that's really good.
The kids are the best travelers in the whole entire world.
Yes.
They did better than we did. Yes. I mean, seriously.
I think they just don't know better.
I mean, well, I think too, like the whole time they were really little, we lived in Texas and our car trips
16 hours.
Yeah. I look back now and I don't even know how we did it. Mm-hmm. It was so hard. And having little tiny babies with diapers on and all this, and like, one of the trips I was breastfeeding Lucy. It was just crazy. But so they grew up doing that. Yeah. Like, even though they may not remember it, they've always been used to long trips.
They make 30-minute trips to church 3 times a week.
But I mean, 7 hours, when we go home to see our family, it's 3 or 4 hours. So I thought, 7 hours, 8 hours, that might be a little hard. They watched their DVDs, which I feel like those things are worth their weight in gold.
I would pay $500 per TV for them to have that.
And they're not that much.
It is amazing.
Actually, they're hand-me-downs that we got for free.
We're going to upgrade them in a little while.
Yeah, we're gonna run them down to the ground first.
Nate's TV.
Nate kicks them when he wants it to be played. He
turn it on.
He takes his feet and kicks it. Yeah, I'm like, that does not help. The ride down there, Nate insisted that he wanted to watch Mickey the whole way. I guess since we were going to Disney World, so we had like 4 different Mickey DVDs, and he
wore them out.
Yeah, and then they don't make a peep. Like, I had snacks for them and drinks, and they watched TV, and they were like perfect. They did not whine, complain, or anything. Both times, going there and coming back. Yep. So those DVD players, those are things that are just amazing. So anyway, I don't even know my favorite day. It was all just awesome. I liked parts of Epcot, her meeting the princesses and her seeing Minnie Mouse.
Yes.
Her seeing Minnie Mouse was just absolutely precious, and Nate did not care about the characters.
Can I share my Nate story about meeting Goofy?
Okay.
Y'all, this is probably one of the highlights of the trip for me.
We don't have this on video.
We don't have it on video, so you're going to have to just go with me. I'm going to have to act it out a little bit. So Lucy's meeting Minnie or Mickey, excuse me, and just loving it in. And so while she's meeting Mickey, I've got Nate over against the wall. He's looking at his Kindle.
And how they have it, sorry to interrupt you, I'm going to get comments on that, but how they have it.
I don't care. It's her channel.
No. How they have it is you go in and you meet Mickey, and then Mickey kind of tied down the whole line. So there was
everybody wants to meet Mickey.
And so they had like lots of pictures they wanted and stuff. And so you can't move on to the next person until that person moves on.
Unless you want to.
No, you can't.
No, what I'm saying is if you want to skip a character and go.
You can't.
If there's somebody meeting them, you can't.
You can't. You cannot skip in the line. So Minnie and Goofy are just sitting there with like nobody talking to them.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, so Lucy's meeting Mickey. I've got Nate over against the wall, and he's looking at his Kindle. Well, Goofy looks around and says, hey, there's a kid up here, and no one's talking to him, so I'm going to go over and see if this kid wants to meet me. And so he comes and stands literally right beside Nate, as close as Jessica is to me, without touching him. And I go, hey, Nate, look up. Goofy's here. He wants to see you. Nate looks up and does the most freaked out dance jump back I've ever seen him ever do. And I cracked up so hard, and Goofy cracked up, and I said, well, give him a 5, Nate. Give him something. So Nate gave him a big high 5.
I'm surprised he did that.
And then he went back to his Kindle, and then Lucy
Nate did
gave
not
him.
give a rip tater chip about any of the characters.
No.
I tried with Minnie is the only one that kind of tried hard with him. Like she saw him sitting over there, and she kind of like went over to him and was trying to, and I kind of picked Nate up, and they kind of did a high 5 and all that. But he
it doesn't help that Goofy's like 6'5", and Nate literally he's 3 times Nate's size. So when Nate looked up, he's looking up.
Yeah,
at
Nate was like, "Let me just get on a ride. I do not care about." But Goofy, I have a soft spot in my heart for Goofy because he was always the one like. When we would do character breakfasts and stuff growing up, I always loved Goofy because he always like did jokes and stuff and was trying to be funny. And
he's Goofy.
He's Goofy. So, but Lucy meeting Minnie is like the highlight of my trip. And Belle. Belle, we had the best Belle ever. I mean, she was just so good. She danced with Lucy. She just was so sweet with her.
And then when she found out that she was Lucy's favorite, she gave her like an extra 2 minutes.
It was so sweet.
So
we waited a long time to meet Belle. Like 50 minutes to meet Belle, but it was so worth it. So Epcot Day was fun, but it was a lot of waiting for Nate.
And those of you that have never been, Epcot is the biggest park. It is so huge. It is the way they have the countries arranged around this huge lake. It is to walk the full circle of all the countries around the whole lake is at least 2 to 3 miles around.
Well, and the characters that we wanted to meet were all in the different countries, and they were all at different times, and you had to be in line.
So you want to meet Belle in France, you want to meet Jasmine in Morocco, you want to meet Snow White in Germany. So you have to walk all these countries to meet all these people.
And we have his parents too that were a little bit behind us, and they're like, well, we'll meet you in where was Belle? Like, we'll meet you in France or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, and then we're like, we messed the time up. We're going to go to Germany instead. Well, by the time they got to Germany. Those text message
conversations are hilarious. Where y'all at? We're in Germany heading your way. Oh, we're over here in France. So we're in
By the
England.
time they would get to the country, we would already be leaving and already have met the person. It was just craziness. But we met them. That's all that matters. And it was just, it was so awesome. And then, of course, Magic Kingdom. The only thing I really, really, really love about Hollywood Studios is the Toy Story ride.
Yeah.
We got to ride it twice.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. And then the Playhouse, and it's not Playhouse Disney anymore. It's Disney Junior Live. That was also really good.
Yeah, they loved that.
And Nate, you guys, guess what Nate loved probably more than anything else? I mean, he loved the rides. But the 3D shows, like the Muppet Vision.
PhilharMagic.
And he likes special effects. Like you would not even believe what he watches on YouTube. Like, we have to really watch him because he likes all this like special effects crap. I mean, it's seriously like rot your brain off.
Yeah.
But that's what he loves. Like, he loves special effects, slow it down, speed it up, twist it around, all this stuff. And so the 3D thing, he was standing up like trying to grab the things. It was so cute.
It was awesome.
And I couldn't get it good on film because it was dark, but I tried because it was so cute. Yeah. So we had such a good time. And then, of course, the drive home is just feels like 5 times as long as the drive there. But we're back. We're back home.
To wrap it up, if I had to name a favorite overall Disney thing, it is simply that when you go to Disney, you can be a kid. Your kids are free to just crack up and be kids. The cleaning is phenomenal. The crew and cast is phenomenal. The way the park is run. Disney is just, guys, it is the A+ family experience for entertainment, for food, for seeing things, for experiencing things. It is completely designed to give you and your family the best possible park experience you can have.
Everybody that works there is just so nice.
It is insane how just there's so many, like literally, I can't tell you how many churches have gotten the Be Our Guest Disney guidebook for their first impressions teams or for whatever, because the way the crew talk to you, the way that Disney has this code of how you greet people, how you use hand gestures, how you smile at certain things, how you body language, everything. It's so professionally orchestrated to make sure you feel comfortable, your kids feel comfortable, and stuff like that. You just really want to just soak it in, and you don't want to leave. It's just so awesome.
Having a kid with special needs.
Yes, that made it even more special to me.
The way they handle that, and there was certain things I was kind of worried about with Nate, but it all went so smoothly. And I had a few questions about people saying, "Well, how did you handle the bathrooms?" Because I have said bathrooms, especially public bathrooms, are very stressful on Nate. The hand dryer noises he absolutely hates. The flushing of the toilets and all the chaos. Disney, and I didn't even really realize this, but next to almost every single public bathroom in the parks
are family restrooms.
They call them like handicap companion restrooms. And it was a private area that I could take him by himself. It was quiet and they didn't have the hand dryers. They just had the paper towels. It was so nice. And so if you know of anyone who has similar issues or, is in a wheelchair and needs this extra space, it was awesome. And a lot of times they were empty. I don't know if people just, didn't really know about them or if they left them empty for other people, but they were awesome. If we had to wait, we only just had to wait for one person. So,
all right, let's answer some questions. Okay. Slightly off topic. How do you handle discipline when you travel? Are you more relaxed about it? How do you handle it at home? Are you more timeout based or spanking based? Short answer, it depends on the kid.
Yeah.
It really depends on Nate.
I say on vacation, we're more relaxed.
To a degree.
We don't let them disobey or anything, but we also realize that they're going to be crankier. Everything about their surroundings.
They're off their schedule.
Everything is going to be. We have very well-behaved kids. Yes. That is such a blessing.
They're very well-behaved.
So I don't even think we had any issues while we were.
Not really. It's also situation-based. Like at Disney, if Nate wandered a little bit or Lucy wandered a little bit, it isn't would you please come back? No, get over here now because there's people everywhere. You turn your glance for 1 second, your kid's gone. So little moments like that, you're a little more stressed to try to make sure your kids are okay. But thankfully, Nate is claustrophobic, so he doesn't want to leave you. He really stayed with us pretty well. Lucy, is a little bit more caught in a stare. She's really staring at things, taking everything in. So we kind of had to watch that a little bit with her. But, the biggest thing as far as discipline is for the kid is it's timeout based if it really comes down to, is an attention thing. Is it about, does this kid need to put this thing down and go sit over here and not do anything for a second because what he's doing or she's doing demands that be a punishment. But then there's other times, like I said, we're in that moment. Hey, I need you to get over here. I need you to stop doing that.
Well, and it also is based on how, your kids should. Like, I'm not going to discipline Nate the same way I discipline Lucy because there's a lot of things that Nate, honestly, is just different. He can't explain. He can't talk as much. He can't understand. And when he gets overwhelmed, he may have a meltdown. Whereas Lucy, that would be unacceptable. She would know better. She'd throw a fit in the floor. Nate, it's all, but I think staying calm is what I like to do. Getting down on their level, looking them in the eye and talking to them. We really don't have to discipline too much. I feel like, we occasionally do spank, but more than I try to use that as the last resort.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I cannot imagine working there as a character. And what was so crazy to me is no matter how long the line was, when you got to them, they gave you 100%.
Yes.
Like, it wasn't like, I'm tired, it's hot, let's just smile.
From 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., every person is the most important person in the world to them.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And I love how Disney, you know, they have the characters rotating so fast. Like, when we were in Hollywood Studios, we were in line to meet Sophia. And they told us, they said that every like so often they would take a 2-minute break, and what they were doing was just switching out the Sophias. But that's nice because you're not waiting 30 minutes for the next one. They're coming right out after. So it was really nice. And those people I can't imagine being a character. I think it would be fun parts of it, but then parts of it must be just monotonous. But they were so awesome, like so great. So we had nothing but great experiences.
It's funny. We got to see Tigger LHP at Magic Kingdom, and Nate did not want anything to do with Tigger.
No, he did not.
And
he was scared on the ride.
Yeah.
Well, what happened was I was sitting with him on the Winnie the Pooh ride, and there's a part of the ride where Tigger just jumps out at you, and like we said, Nate.
I wonder what thing about Tiggers. It's Tigger's wonderful things.
But you're just riding around, and Tigger goes plop like that.
Yeah.
And after that, Nate was like,
I don't want anything to do with Tigger.
So I was showing him a stuffed Tigger, and he was like, he took it from me and he put it back on the shelf.
Don't.
And then we saw Tigger and Pooh from like a distance. They were walking to their meeting spot, but there was a really long line, so we didn't get to meet them. But
our kids' birthdays, Nate is May 25th, and Lucy is August 21st.
Yep. So we are about to have a 4-year-old.
Yep.
And we have a 6-year-old. I can't believe it. Yes, we did have, John, we did have a tether. We had a leash kind of thing for Nate.
But we only used it at Epcot, really.
Only used it at Epcot because it worked really well at Epcot. Yeah. And Nate really liked it. But then he quickly learned, hey, this is restricting me from being able to do what I want. And so when it came to the next time we wanted to use it, when we were in Hollywood Studios, he was like, no, I don't want this on me.
But also, guys, again, he hates to be around tons of people. And in those situations, he's clingy. I don't want to leave mommy. I don't want to leave daddy. So he grew up a lot this trip. Like from day to day, he got better.
With Nate, I wasn't really worried that he was going to run off, which is good. Because normally that would be, but like when we were waiting in line, it was like, he doesn't have an awareness of space.
Yeah.
Personal space for other people.
Right.
So, you're waiting in line and there's people like
he might take your phone out of your hand, by the way.
Yeah. Or he may like go up to somebody and like rock them or touch them or pull on them. Yeah. And people are like,
who's this kid?
So that's when I was like holding on to him, but he did really, really good.
Yeah,
he did awesome. And he got a lot of smiles. He made people smile because he just would go up and cuddle with them.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
And to go back to a previous question, when it comes to discipline, usually Nate is more physical based and Lucy's more word and attitude. When Lucy says no or smarts off.
We can't really reason with Nate. Like I do try to talk to him and be like.
Half the time when Nate says something, it's rehearsed or it's reaction or whatever. And so you can't. The only time I'll ever really get upset with Nate is when he does understand, I don't want to sit down, so no. Or I don't want to come here, so no. Or that kind of thing. So, that's kind of the only time with him. But other than that with Nate, it's physically, I need you to sit down, son. I need you to stay with me. I need you to stop running. I need you to.
And I just try to be like really direct with him. Right. Like he doesn't need a lot of explanation. Just sit down, stop, come here.
Yeah.
And he does really good with you staying calm and all that. So.
But with Lucy, it's yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Don't say no. All that kind of stuff. Don't have that attitude. But
we didn't have any discipline problems.
But
they did great.
And again, guys, that's just generic. That's just where they're at right now in their lives right now. So we're trying to work with them at where they're at right now. So.
Kimmy said your kid wiggled right out of the leash thing at backpack. And I was kind of worried that Nate would figure out. He did not figure out how to get out of it because it was like a full-on buckle thing. So he didn't get out of it, but he didn't really want me to put it on the next day. And I was like, you know what? When he kind of refused for me to put it on, and we're really trying to work with him. This is so funny. Y'all are going to think this is so funny. But one of his speech goals this year at school was to say no and for his no to be heard. Because how he was saying no is he was throwing himself down on the floor and refusing to do stuff. So they want him to learn that he can say no with his words.
Without doing it with his body.
And then it's taken as, okay, you're saying no. Good. And then, you know, he doesn't have to throw himself on the floor for the adults to realize it's no. So we kind of have to let him say no.
Sometimes.
Now, if it's something dangerous or, you know, something that we don't. Yeah. But like so for that one, he was like, no, I don't want to wear. And he's getting to where he'll say, no, I don't want that or whatever. And I'll be like, okay.
I didn't know he talked like Mickey.
That's how I hear. That's my Nate impersonation. I'll say, do you want a cereal bar? Now, he loves cereal bars, but if he doesn't want one, he'll say, no, I do not like cereal bars.
Well, then what would you like? I want.
So we're trying to let it. Yeah. So when he was like, no, I don't want this, I was like, okay, we'll see how you do without it. And he did so good that I didn't have to put it back on it. But it was nice to have it in case I needed it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks so much that we're awesome parents.
Yeah, we appreciate that, guys.
I feel like we're constantly learning, we're constantly messing up, but that's how you learn, right? You do things that you're like,
that's been my biggest thing that I'm really trying to remember is that Nate is not Lucy. Lucy is not Nate.
Even with families with kids that don't have special needs, what works for one kid but discipline
won't work for the other.
It's just so different. So, John says, my friend's daughter embarrassed him. He told a stranger, when I grow up, I want to be fat like you. Kids, they are so brutally honest.
Yeah.
They are so brutally honest.
I love it. We got several stories growing up about friends that said things like that.
Yeah. We did eat in the parks. We did not eat like at any of the reservation, like table service places, just because we weren't sure of the timing and when we would, you know.
Although Disney has started doing app ordering, which is awesome. If you can find a restaurant
the quick services
that you can order on your app, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes out, even longer, you can do it. And then say, when you walk in, you tap the button saying, I'm here, and then immediately prep your order. And that
was really awesome. We only did that one day, and the day we did it, we probably didn't even have to do it.
If we had known we had to do it, if we had known we could do it at Epcot, we may have done it.
Yeah, because the first 2 days we waited a long time. So at Epcot, if you guys know anything about Disney, we ate at the Electric Umbrella, which is just like a big, huge,
great
quick
food
service. It was actually really good.
Really good food.
We had bacon cheeseburgers. That day, Nate ate so much. I was like, should I continue to let him eat? He had so much. He was so hungry. Yeah. He had like a kid's cheeseburger, a kid's fries, a whole thing of mac and cheese from Uncle Kevin.
And half of somebody else's fries. Yeah.
Pretty much all of Grammy's fries. He was so hungry.
Yeah.
And then we had, of course, I feel like I'm choking.
Drink some more.
The Bippity Boppity, and on the Bippity Boppity Boutique day, we ate at the Grand Floridian for dinner at the character dinner.
And Lucy ate her weight.
In
night.
Candy.
Yeah. A lot of gummy bears.
And then Hollywood Studios, we ate at the commissary, which was just okay. I mean, it was decent.
It was okay.
And what we liked about it was air conditioning.
But it had the longest wait. They were understaffed that day, and it was very evident. There were like 3 people delivering orders.
It took like 30 minutes to get our food?
Yeah, at least. And you could tell there was only like where there should have been 3 people, where there should have been 3 more people delivering orders, 3 more people on the line. You could just tell they were understaffed.
Yeah, so it was good because we were able to have the kids sit down while they were getting the food, and they could just gave them their Kindles, and we just let them chill, and it was air conditioning, and that's honestly.
And the moment I got anything, I got the drinks, I took them back. I got one person's order, I took it back because I know, hey, they could split fries till we get everybody else's orders. So
it was really good. And then Magic Kingdom, we ate at the Pinocchio House, which is right by, or Pinocchio Village House, whatever.
Yeah,
it's right by the It's a Small World. It wasn't my favorite thing, but again, it was dark, it was cool, it wasn't too crowded.
Yeah,
there was a lot of seating, and that's what we look for, because the food is all okay.
That's the only restaurant I wish we had done differently.
I think we could have found a better restaurant, but
for the
location,
moment, the location's prime.
For the air conditioning aspect, we were so hot, and it was perfect.
It's right in the middle of Small World, PhilharMagic, Peter Pan, Winnie the Pooh.
We actually
all of
went
those
back
rides.
there
it's
later
right
on in the day and just
sat there for like an hour.
Because it was so. It was so dark and cool and nice, but the food was okay. I mean, it wasn't terrible or anything.
All right, Deidre Bannon asked David, "Did your parents and brother have a good time?" They did. My brother is so much like me when it comes to stuff. He loves to sit in the air conditioning, ride rides. He loves the fast of it. He loves all that stuff, and I really think, when it comes to mom and dad, they're at that age where they even said, we're getting too old for this. And I know that, mom said, when we did when we did this 4 years ago, we handled it better than we did this time. And they understand that, but they also understand we're here for the grandkids this time. You know,
they were troopers. And, you know, his brother is a lot different than Nate because he is completely nonverbal.
Yeah.
And so, but he did awesome. I mean, there was a few times where we thought maybe he was getting upset or something, but usually it was just because he was thirsty. And, you know, it's hard because you don't really always know what he wants. But he did awesome. He walked the whole way.
Yeah,
I mean,
he did great.
He did great. So I think they had a fun time.
And mom and dad are the best. They're so accommodating. They're so generous. You know, and
having them there to be able to take, you know, Nate back home and let him sleep, and us be able to take Lucy, all those like normal.
Split up the bathroom breaks, all that stuff. Sit with them there were many times when we had to split the kids up on rides, and for Grammy to sit with Nate or dad or grandpa to sit with Lucy, you know, that was huge because otherwise there's so many rides that only 3 people fit in. And so we'd have to do 2 and 2 or split them up, so whatever. And, you know, so having that extra help was huge. So thank y'all so much.
I didn't get a Dole Whip. I have had them before, but we actually did not even go over to that side of the Adventureland side.
Yeah.
Because during the day, Pirates was shut down like temporarily. They got it back open.
Yeah.
And the kids didn't want to do Haunted Mansion, all that stuff over there. So we actually didn't even go over there, which I feel kind of like we got missed out.
But we wore Fantasyland and Tomorrowland out. We were all over those parks. So.
Yeah, it was kind of a different trip because I normally always go to Pirates. I always go to Haunted Mansion. I always do
Splash Mountain and Thunder Mountain, and
we didn't
go to any of that this time.
Yeah, but just because we figured
it's for the kids.
Yeah,
it's their trip.
Yeah,
it really is.
So, but I love the Dole Whip. It is really good. I did get my Mickey bar ice cream. I said that's the only snack that I really, really want to have. I don't know what it is about that. It's nostalgia. Yeah, it's like you're there. You have to have the Mickey bar. You have to have something there. That's really the only snack we got. By the time we had lunch, and then you know we did buy a lot of drinks. So the only thing I would have done differently, and we've been talking a long time about this.
That's okay. We knew the first hour would be about this. So.
The only thing I would have done differently is I kind of went into the park going, we can get water from the counter service restaurants. I think I told you guys that. And you can. Any counter service restaurant will give you a cup of water. However, I neglected to realize how big of a pain in the butt that would be.
Yeah.
Because there's always a line, and you're not always right by a counter service restaurant. You're usually by the little carts that have the water. So the water's for like $3 to buy one. So the first day we didn't bring anything. I didn't bring a juice box. I didn't bring anything. This was like, I have this little lemonade Mio stuff. I can just put it in water. Well, we weren't close enough to the counter service restaurants to use it. So the next few days, the Kingdom strollers came with, I think you have to request it, but it's free. It's one of the options when you reserve them. It came with a little soft-sided cooler. So I had some ice packs I put in there, and I put just a few like water bottles and some juice boxes for the kids, and that really helped. Because I feel like my kids get so, I guess anybody, they feel like they dehydrate faster. Yeah. Like Lucy would get like low blood sugar almost, and she would get so whiny. You're losing and like, water. Okay, she needs something to drink. She needs some sugar. And Nate too. And so having those little juice boxes, they could just drink real quick and they instantly would feel better. So
that is the only thing that I forgot is the meals for the most part, they're a little pricey, but they're not outrageous. But bottled drinks and fountain drinks, they're 3 times more than you want to pay for.
Yeah, and I think theme parks get a bad rap for food prices and stuff. And
I don't think
Disney. We've been to Six Flags.
Disney's a lot more fair.
Six Flags is like $15 for this little tiny cheeseburger. Disney, I mean, most of our meals are around $10, which I think is fair.
Yeah.
The kids' meals are like $5 or $6, which
and they give you a pretty good amount of food for that price.
They really do.
Yeah.
I would have probably been fine to eat a kid's meal.
But then if you want a bottle of water, you're paying $3.50.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
That was high, and so, but they'll let you bring in drinks. Yeah. You can bring in whatever you want. I mean, you have to keep up with it. You got to carry it around.
But if you have a stroller with a cooler?
Now, the ice packs didn't last all day ice cold, but I would say till lunchtime they were ice cold. I even thought about freezing them, but I never did that. You freeze the water bottles, they'll last even longer. But by the end of the day, the juice boxes would be like just barely cool, but they didn't care. They were just thirsty.
They didn't care.
So, but we had a great trip.
Yeah.
You guys will see all the vlogs I have one coming out tomorrow night, like I said, and I think I also have one coming Thursday, and then the next ones will be next week. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on those vlogs.
Make sure the bell is highlighted so ding, you get every video when it comes out.
So now we're going to move on to another section of this video since we've just spent an hour talking about our vacation.
But if you log in and have more questions, feel free. We'll answer as best we can. So Jessica, let's move into I think we can tackle this. We really appreciate you guys, all the feedback you've been giving us on both the M&M and the Oreo Madness tournaments we've been doing. We really, thank y'all for feedback on that. And,
we really enjoy doing those.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And like we've said, we want to do those more and more over the summer, especially these next 3 months, like June through August. So we've been asking you guys to send us all kinds of ideas for things we can do. And, we've gotten a few ideas down, but I mean, if you guys have anything off the top of your head that has not been said,
something that has lots of different
variety of flavors, preferably 8, 12, or 16, because then it's easier to do a tournament style if you do it that way. So
if anybody has any ideas, we've gotten several that I already have on my list to do. It's just depending on which one we decide to do first.
Some of you said Pringles. Yes. Doritos is a yes. Lay's chips is a yes. There's oh gosh, what was that other one we said that we wanted to do? There was like I just forgot about it.
I don't remember. I don't know, but we're gonna be doing those a lot this summer just because it is just fun and lighthearted. And I know some, it's not everybody's cup of tea, and some of you are here to just, hear about our weight loss or just hear about our family or just whatever. But it is something that we just have fun doing together.
Absolutely.
And it's just fun. So if you guys ever have any ideas on something that you see that maybe would be fun for us to try or rate, just let us know, because we'd be happy to add that to the list. And we're still kind of deliberating on which thing we're going to have next. Yeah. So anyway. Crystal Light. That would be good.
Drink mixes. That was something I did think of about.
That would be good, especially because we could always use those. They would go bad,
Yeah, absolutely.
And we drink a lot of those anyway. Maybe we could do those little Hawaiian Punch. Those are our favorite anyway. Yeah. Those little Hawaiian Punch flavors. I think there's like 8 or so. 8
to 10 of them. Yeah. We could definitely do that.
Or like she said, the Crystal Light. There's a lot of flavors of those. We love those. So good idea. The water enhancers. Those are good. We drink those all the time anyway.
All right, well, we'll take a break here. And does anybody have any generic questions or things that you've always wanted to ask us, or maybe some things as far as, recent videos we've posted, questions for her about anything under the sun that she likes to do videos on and comment about or whatever? So please, by all means, y'all can ask those now. I am going to be getting back on my channel this week. I wanted to let you guys know that now that we're back in the swing of things.
I don't like my hair today.
It's all right.
We've been so lazy today, y'all.
You're beautiful no matter what.
Oh, we've been so lazy. I've taken naps the last 2 days. I feel like my body is just so tired after this trip. It all has caught up to me. Christy, ask away about my coffee press.
So I'll be getting back on. There'll be a soap video coming soon. I've got a music video in my mind that I want to do real quickly. And I'll also be doing a couple of ideas that have been on paper for a little while. So stay tuned to my channel, and I'll make sure that we get some stuff out there for you guys, because I really don't want to leave y'all hanging there.
Yeah, I think we've just been relaxing because he's got to go back to work, and the kids are both home with me now. And I'm like, oh, Lord, what am I going to do with them all day tomorrow? We'll think of something fun. What kind of ground coffee do you use? I have just one like yours, and I keep getting coffee grounds in my coffee.
Go, baby, go.
I use any kind, like the kind from Aldi, just the ground coffee. I don't know why you'd be getting coffee grounds. Is your thing screwed on really good? So all I do is hey, will you go get my coffee cup?
Sure, baby.
I'll show you right now.
Sorry.
You want to make sure it's screwed on right. That's the only thing I can think of. So what I do, here it is. It's a little dirty because I used it this morning. So I put the coffee grounds, like I said, it's a little bit of ground still left in there. I put the coffee grounds in the bottom, and then I pour boiling water on top, and then I just put this little thing on it and let it sit for a few minutes, and then I press it down. And you want to press down firmly. So let me show you. Make sure you have your thing right. I should have washed this.
Kim, I tried. Thank you very much.
So you want to make sure it's this little bottom part.
Mm-hmm.
And then the screen.
Do it over here where they can see.
The screen. And then this part goes on top. Mine came with an extra screen part. This little, like I said, this is so dirty. So when you do it, if you're getting grounds, I'm not sure. Maybe one of the things isn't lined up right. Or
out of order. Yeah.
Sometimes the only times I get kind of grounds in mine, I'll do this. The only time I get grounds in mine is if I'm pouring it and it gets to the very bottom. Sometimes the grounds will come out, but I don't know why you're getting grounds.
She said the grounds are too fine. She thinks they're coming through the holes. Yeah.
I just get regular ground coffee. So maybe, are you grinding it yourself and grinding it too fine? The kind from Aldi is actually thinner than the kind I just got from Kroger. And I feel like the thicker kind of does better with getting the grounds. Just a few. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I don't get grounds in mine, so I'm not sure. But maybe it is too fine. So Maxwell House.
Theirs is basically a powder. It's pretty.
I don't know. I don't use that one.
It's pretty
I just have been using the off-brand Kroger one, and I've really been liking it. It's like the breakfast blend or whatever.
Unless you buy it in ground form, they sell it in powder and in grounds. So I guess it depends on what you have.
Hopefully you can figure it out. I love my coffee press. Like, it may be when you pour it.
Yeah.
I try to pour a little bit extra water than I need so that the grounds kind of all go to the bottom and you're not pouring out every last drop, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I don't really get grounds, but it'll be kind of like I don't even know, like a powdery feeling. So, but I love it. I've put my Keurig up and I loved my Keurig, but this coffee just tastes so much better. So anyway, hopefully you can figure that out. Yes, this is so good. What I love about the coffee press is it's strong. Like, it makes strong coffee, which I like. I don't like really weak coffee. It makes strong coffee, but it's not bitter. It's really smooth. So I don't know what it is about that, because like when you make strong coffee in like a Keurig or another coffee pot, it comes out real bitter. But this is like so smooth. I love it. So.
And for those of you wondering, no, I don't drink coffee, but I just hear her rave about it so much. So I'm in agreement.
And the coffee presses are so cheap. They're like $20, So I don't know how long they last, but I've had this one since Christmas and it's still doing good. So yeah, you like it strong. It's not bitter at all. That's what I love too. Like, I love strong coffee, but I don't like that dark tasting bitter. So you can only drink decaf. I don't drink decaf because when I want coffee, like, I'm ready for the caffeine. Maybe one day I'll have to drink decaf, but I normally only have coffee in the morning. So
Kim, the only coffee I will drink
Frappuccinos.
is Frappuccinos from like McDonald's or Starbucks or anything like that. That's the only
thing. It has to be like so sweet that you can barely taste
it basically needs to be a milkshake with coffee added, basically, is what.
He likes it with just like a teeny hint.
That's the only thing I can do it.
She says she doesn't like hot coffee, but she loves iced coffee. I think if he had iced coffee and I made it just a little extra sweeter and creamier, I bet you would like it. It's just like a melted Frappuccino. Yeah, I'm ready for the caffeine when I have coffee for sure. And sometimes I have it in the afternoon, but that's it. It's when I need the Diet Dr. Pepper with sugar.
I do too. She buys it for me every single week. It's in every one of my lunches, and I drink.
And all of you have said, we can't find it. I'm sorry. It is hard to find in some areas.
Yep.
We drive an
hour and find it. It's worth the drive. It's that good.
If you can.
My mom and dad don't get it in Alabama where they're at. And so every time we go to visit, we bring 2 or 3 12 packs for my dad because he loves it as much as I do.
It's so weird. Like, where I'm from in Alabama, they have it. And then 2 hours north where he's from, they don't have it. It's just so weird. It's like an area thing. So
a lot of Cokes run that way.
Yeah.
Well, guys, one of the madness tournaments we've talked about doing that I think is really exciting is we're going to do a candy bar tournament.
You said coffee.
You could do a coffee one if you want to. But we were thinking about
coffee for days.
That would be hilarious. We wanted to do a candy bar tournament. So we wanted to take just a few minutes here and let you guys weigh in. I did it on Facebook, and we'll probably put it again on Instagram. But I really would love to hear all of you share what are your top 3 favorite candy bars, because I've got a tally I've been keeping here. There's points by each candy bar, and I know I don't care. I've always been this way, and so I'm going to take
he seriously had this list and he's been asking everyone.
Yeah, because what we're going to do is we're going to take the top 16 point winners, and we're going to try to do it strategically in terms of 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, all of that.
So what we need from
what we need from you guys is your top 2 or 3 favorite candy bars that you love to eat and you think are the best.
You don't want to just do one?
Well, I mean, I want to fill it up with honesty. I think a lot of people love multiple and say, you know what, I love these 2 or I love these 3. So if you have an absolute favorite, you can just give one. But if you have 2 or 3 that you'd love to put on the list, I'd love to hear them. So we're trying to be as objective about this as possible. I mean, there's so many different varieties. You got Kit Kat, Almond Joy, Snickers, Payday, Baby Ruth, Butterfinger, Milky Way, the original Hershey bar, Kit Kat, whatchamacallit, Three Musketeers.
If you have one that we don't list, you can name it too.
Here they come. They're all pouring in now. So all right, and I'm putting even if it's been said by you before, say it again. I'm going to give you a check again anyway. So for every name I see, I'm gonna.
John likes fancy Lindt 70% cacao with sea salt.
I don't think we can find that. That's going to be.
We probably could, actually.
I'm just kidding.
Kim says Snickers, Twix, Three Musketeers.
Okay, got it.
Cindy says Snickers, Milky Way, Three Musketeers, Baby Ruth. Tiffany says Hershey bar, Reese Cup, Snickers, Kit Kats, Milky Way, and Musketeers. We're not including Reese Cups, I don't think.
Just because they're not a bar.
But you could say Reese's Fast Break.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
So she did say Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, Fast Break, Kit Kat,
Ghirardelli. Slow down.
I'm trying to. Okay, I'm reading them to you.
Okay.
Ghirardelli.
So start with there. Okay. You
Which
got that?
One?
You got that?
I said it to you.
Okay. Keep going.
All
right.
Twix, Butterfinger, Snickers. Peanut butter Twix. Do you have that on there? I've heard that's good, by the way.
I'll count that as a Twix. So we're going to try to stay original.
Take 5. Ooh, my friend Jen says that those are good and that we would like them. I want to try them.
I'll put it on the list if it gets
Whatchamacallit.
All right, I knew whatchamacallit would get another
Butterfinger Twix. Klondike bars. I don't think, but that would be a good video. Ice cream bars.
Ice cream bars might be a good one.
That would be a good one.
We get sweetened out and cooled out.
Butterfinger, Toblerone. I love that. I love that one. Crunch bar, Dove.
Do I have a Crunch bar? Yeah. Yes, I do.
You're the first.
That's the first Crunch vote. Wow. She does not like Crunch bars.
I don't like the Rice Crunch.
I love them.
Ooh, Brie, yes, the cookies and cream Hershey bar. How did we forget about that? I don't think that's on our list either. That one is so good.
Because it's not the original.
But the Hershey cookies and cream is so good. All I'm with you on that.
It's probably not going to get enough votes, but I'll put it in there.
And she says Twix and Snickers.
Okay.
Yes, all the new Hershey bars. I need to go look at those.
How to make homemade ice cream.
Oh.
That would be a good video for my mother. She makes the best homemade ice cream.
Maybe we could talk her into doing a video.
That'd be cool. We're gonna go home a couple of times this summer, so we.
She makes Butterfinger ice cream that's so good. We can't have it around Nate.
It's so delicious.
But it's so good. And then her what are those cookies she makes? No bake cookies.
Oh yeah, chocolate oat milk cookies.
They have a lot of peanut butter in. We can't have her on Nate.
Which are my favorite cookie of all time.
They're so good.
They're so good.
Yes. Does anyone else have any? My favorite is. Man, I don't even know if I could even say. Probably my top would be Almond Joy.
We don't know yet. We haven't done the tournament.
I'm just saying from ones I know of. I don't know, though. There's so many good ones. I love Twix. I love the Caramello bars. And I love just a plain old Hershey bar or Dove bar. Oh, yeah, Ben & Jerry ice creams. Yes, Kim.
That'd be a good idea.
I love those. The Tonight Dough is my all-time favorite ice cream anywhere.
That's good.
Oh, so good. Yeah, we definitely need to do the Ben & Jerry's. That'd be good.
My favorite is that's tough for me.
So hard.
Yeah, I love
You talking about candy bar?
No, ice cream. You said Tonight Dough. I
Tonight Dough.
I love the Tonight Dough. It's really good.
Chunks of cookie dough, and it also has chunks of peanut butter cookie dough.
Well, we just said my favorite ice cream of all time is my mom's Butterfinger homemade ice cream. So the closest tasting to that in stores is Bluebell Butter Crunch. Mm-hmm. So
they
good.
They have a new Bluebell that was not on sale, or I would have gotten it. We didn't need I got a ton of ice cream last night. You guys saw that. It's called ice cream cone.
It's good.
I've never tried it.
You never had it?
No, it's brand new.
Wait, is that not what we had down? Oh no, I haven't had it then.
It's called ice cream.
Is that the one that has the chunk of waffle cone in it?
I don't know. I didn't study it because I was like, oh, it's not on sale. Let me look it up.
Keep the candy bars coming, y'all. If y'all haven't said them yet, I'm gonna try to keep writing them down.
Hold on a second. We love Bluebell.
You can vote twice if you have one or two you forgot to mention. I'll take them all.
It's called ice cream cone.
So there's a lot on here that didn't even get one vote yet.
Flavor, if I could type.
I can't believe Caramello has not gotten a vote.
It says it's bringing back, so it must have been
a previous one. Oh yeah, look, it's got waffle cone.
Dark chocolate cone pieces, chopped roasted baked peanuts, surrounded by a rich chocolate sundae sauce swirl.
So it's got pieces of cone in it.
And it has peanuts, and that's probably what I saw and decided not to get it. And it wasn't on sale. Ooh, Heath bars. Yes, Cindy. That is my next favorite. Actually, that might be even better than that Almond Joy. I love Heath bars.
That has 3 votes.
I love Heath bars. They're like, that English toffee stuff is like my favorite.
Ooh, Little Debbie tournament. That we've thought about. We mentioned that one time.
About that one.
I thought. You sure? What do we did? We talked about Hostess. We said Hostess one time.
I love Little Debbie's.
Either one of those would be great.
Then we'd have all these Little Debbie's. We'd have to like donate them to the church or something.
Yeah. Oh, our youth group will eat them. Oh my goodness.
I wouldn't want the temptation.
Our youth group is like our garbage disposal. All the food we do, we take it there and they eat it all, which is great.
Yeah.
So
that's a good idea. Little Debbie's, yes. You got 5 boxes of the 99 cent. We had one of those ice cream sandwiches today. It was so good. I wish I got more of them. I just got 2 boxes, and I'm like, can't believe it was only 99 cents for 12 ice cream sandwiches. So you got a good deal.
Kim, you're speaking my language. If you said, David, you can't have ice cream, I would probably check myself into a mental institution.
He loves ice cream.
It is my crack. I have to have it. If I don't eat ice cream at least every other day or every 3 days, my mind goes, what's wrong?
You don't have it that often.
Oh, I'll bet I do. When
are you having ice cream that I don't know about? Because I don't buy it that often.
That's counting stuff that's counting popsicles, anything frozen dessert that could be considered ice cream is what I'm counting that. So.
Okay, so Chrissy says 0 candy bars.
I got that. Stickers with almonds. Ooh, that sounds good.
I don't think I've had that. I've seen it, but I don't think I've had it.
But again, we're going to try to stick to the original classics. So I love Twix with peanut butter, but we're going to do just a regular original Twix.
I want to try that. I don't think I've had that.
You never had Twix with peanut butter?
I don't know.
Oh, honey, they're good.
I can't remember. I don't eat a lot of candy bars. Like if I want candy, I think we've talked about this. I get something like fruity, like gummy bears or Sour Patch Kids, or that's like what I'd pick for candy.
Funny enough, when I want candy, I go that way. But if I want chocolate, I get a candy bar. I don't get like a bag of. I don't get a bag like of chocolate pieces, or I'll pick a candy bar over M&Ms. Is what I'm saying. I'll go if I want chocolate, I'm going to get a candy bar over.
My favorite chocolate is like to get those little bags of the Dove squares. Those are my favorites.
Mm-hmm. You have to unwrap every single one.
But they're so good. They're so good. I don't get chocolate that much. Mm-hmm. The new Oreo bars, yes, I have tried those. Those are so good. Those are so good. I got those on one of my free Friday downloads, and I was like, oh my, this is so good.
Let me toss this out to you guys because we said this at the end of our last Oreo video, a sour tournament. I really would love to know ideas on that because I've been racking my brain. We're not going to do all Warheads because our tongue would fry off.
You could do different sour stuff like Sour Patch Kids, sour Skittles.
Someone said $100,000. You're the first $100,000 vote, by the way.
Good job, Annette. $100,000. Why does food have to taste so good?
Because otherwise we wouldn't eat it.
Because God made food taste good, but why does it have to be like?
There's a scripture that says, "Taste and see, the Lord is good."
But it's
so everything He makes
is good. It's only
good.
The bad stuff that tastes really good, and then like the healthy stuff is just
Anyway,
Anyway.
Yeah, the sour stuff. I mean, you got Sour Patch Kids, you got sour gummy worms, sour gummy bears, you got
sour Skittles.
But then do you group tart in there? Like, are sweet tarts sour? Well, I know Spree has sourness up to it. Spree Chewies are sour. You know, so I'm really trying to rack my brain on as far as sour stuff. But then we're doing sour candy based only, right? Yeah. Or are we throwing in any kind of sour liquid or sour liquid? No, like a drink that's sour. Like, is lemonade a part of that? I mean, that I'm trying to decide what you.
Ooh, Willy! We need a Willy Wonka factory that's like Disneyland. That would be cool.
Hershey, Pennsylvania has that.
Well, I've been there. It's not really like that. I mean, they have rides. They have rides that are themed like chocolate, but it's not like there's chocolate everywhere.
You can't take a tour of the chocolate factory?
When I was there, they had like a ride where they show you how chocolate's made, and then there's like a big store with candy, but it's not.
Tiffany, and now I'm addicted to birthday cake. We told you.
Those things.
They made the top 2 for a reason.
And we brought a bunch of them on vacation, and his dad picked birthday cake as his
favorite. My dad's.
We didn't have all the flavors.
We took the golden for Nate and Lucy, and we took the original Oreos, and we took the birthday cake. And by the end of the trip, the birthday cake were gone because my dad.
We all ate a lot.
We all ate a lot of them, but he said this is my favorite Oreo more than the original, and he ate probably at least a third of them.
Yeah. And when I'm eating them, honestly, it's hard for me not to say that birthday cake are better. But I feel like the regular Oreos, there's just something about them I can't put birthday cake over.
Guys, I was shocked in the moment that it went that way. I really thought the peanut butter would get there with the original at the end. And then
when you put peanut butter on regular
that was what
Oreos,
it was. We sat down and said, we have to do it this way.
You have not tried that.
We have to do it this way.
If you have not tried peanut butter on Oreos, man, it's so good.
It's incredible.
Yeah, but when I'm actually sitting down and just snacking and I don't have the birthday cake are pretty much my favorite. But, I mean, it's hard. It's hard.
Blindfolded gets the baby food flavor challenge.
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
Do you really want to watch that?
Do you really want to watch us throw up? We have thought about bravely trying to do the Bean Boozled. I don't know that if I have it in me.
We're gonna have to go Rhett and Link and get our own trash cans and keep them by our chairs.
You guys,
but I would do it to make you guys laugh.
I would do it for y'all, but I don't know that I would. I don't know how I would do. Also, we are so behind on the Yum Box. I want to say I'm sorry.
It's sitting on the counter right behind us.
It's right here. We took it with us to Disney World because we're like, well, maybe we could have a time to film it. It's still completely sealed. We haven't opened it. So we will be filming this in the next few days, and it'll be getting up to you. So sorry, you guys. I've never waited this long to open it before. It's driving me crazy.
We're scheduling to put the video up on this coming Sunday. So if you guys want to open yours with us, you can.
I know it's really late.
I know it's really late, but again, if you already done it, great. But if you
get just some hand flavored baby food, do not give me a hand flavored baby food.
I don't even want to try that.
I used to get so grossed out about the different baby foods, even when we had babies. Like I never got them the chicken and stuff. Like it just grossed me out.
There are flavors that the only way I will eat them is in their raw form. I don't want ham flavored anything else but ham. Oh, that's the only way I want it.
People wrote on that video that they love the ham chips, and I just can't even imagine how you would like those. But some people did.
I know.
It's crazy how God made our taste buds so differently.
Yeah.
So different. There are so many things that he likes that I don't. I like that he doesn't. But the ham chips, I never again want to try that.
But yeah, those of you that have given us chip ideas for tournaments, yes, they're coming. And
Pringles,
Lay's. Lay's was our first thought.
Well, I'm waiting for the new flavor releases for.
And if y'all know when they come out, let us know. I'm
sure we could Google.
I went to the Lay's website and they have just the list of products. They don't have.
Have they announced the contest yet?
I haven't seen it yet. So
you guys know how Lay's do. They do like a contest and then they release the top 3 or whatever.
So hopefully as soon as we know they're coming out, we're gonna grab those.
They usually only do 3, but that would still be fun. It doesn't have to be 12 at a time. We can just do 3.
Yeah, we can do 3.
I'm trying to convince them it's okay. We can just do 3. We don't have to do 20.
I I think the public has spoken now.
I know that I'm in the minority for not liking ham. I know most people love ham, like Christmas, and they like ham and cheese, like Kim says. You guys, I don't like meat very much.
She could be a vegetarian.
I really could.
And that scares me.
He always pushes, like, you need to eat more meat. You need to get this with meat on it. And I just don't like meat. I'll eat ground beef, like a burger or tacos or something like that, and I'll eat chicken. That's about it.
You'll eat fish?
Fish. But as far as, like, meat, like, cuts of meat, like beef. The only kind of beef I like is ground beef. I don't like steak.
She doesn't like wings, ribs.
And when I say chicken, I like chicken breast.
Not on the bone.
Not on the bone. I mean, I can eat fried chicken. It still kind of grosses me out, but I don't know. Just never been big on meat.
She doesn't want anything that reminds her this used to be an animal.
I got really grossed out as a kid thinking about it, and it's not even that now. It's just like, I don't know. I just don't enjoy it.
You love pulled pork, though.
I like it okay. I will say I do like pulled pork okay.
Would you rather have a pulled pork sandwich or chicken leg?
Pulled pork. Okay. I don't like chicken legs at all.
Chicken breast, then?
Depends on how it was cooked.
Grilled or rotisserie?
I don't know.
Guys,
probably I'd rather have beans and veggies or something.
If you gave me the option, David, you can eat a chicken any way you want it. I'm a Southern boy. I love fried chicken, but rotisserie spinned chicken is my favorite way to cook a chicken.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the questions. Kim says, before you start intuitive eating, do you have an easier time losing more weight with Weight Watchers or calorie counting? Okay, so I'm going to be getting into all of this. Hopefully tomorrow. Are we going to film? Or Wednesday when it comes out. But actually, I might not even get into all of it. I'm kind of doing some experimentation on myself after vacation.
I got the needles and the oxygen tubes and everything.
I lost the most of my weight, which has not been very much. It's not been very much doing calorie counting. Actually, pretty much all of the weight, like 20 pounds I lost since like 2 years ago. I did calorie counting. Then I switched to Weight Watchers and really didn't lose anything more. I just kind of went, but I'm trying to be fair because around that time is when we moved and our life was a mess. I mean, we weren't a mess, but the circumstances around us was a mess. Yeah. We just found out Nate had autism, and then we lost our job, and then we had to move, and it was just all a mess, and it was just crazy. So then I was kind of on Weight Watchers off and on for a year, and became obsessed with counting and tracking. I would lose, and I would gain. I would lose, and I would gain. I would lose, and I would gain. And then at the end of the year, I really didn't lose or gain anything. I pretty much did the same, which I kind of consider a win because of the stress we were under. But then I kind of was like, become so obsessed with intuitive eating. I mean, I'm so obsessed with Weight Watchers and tracking and buying all this specialty food, and we were spending all this extra money that I wanted to try intuitive eating. And that went really well. I lost a little bit of weight, and then our scale broke. Or so remember that it started weighing us wrong, and everything just got crazy. I'm not really even sure how much I actually lost on intuitive eating. Not that much.
I've lost about 10, somewhere around there.
I definitely lost it way faster with calorie counting, but I also haven't been very fair with intuitive eating because I kind of have been wishy-washy with it and not 100%. So I am trying a couple of new things, and I might have to go back to something to work with intuitive eating. I'm not going to give up on intuitive eating because I truly feel like that is the way that I need to eat. Yeah. But just for a small period, either tracking some stuff or doing some other things. So I'm kind of experimenting and seeing after vacation what I kind of want to do before I just announce it to everybody because I don't know. I
think though for all the things you've done and what you have lost and what you've accomplished, I think for the overall part you feel better. I think you overall feel more clear and less, what's the word? Less,
stressed.
No, well, not even stress is going to come and go. But I'm talking about when you do, when you do eat and when you do weigh on the scale, you come away feeling.
I've stopped obsessing. Yeah. And with Weight Watchers, not only did I obsess over food, but I obsessed over my weight, my size, how I looked. And I've really just tried to put that down because it didn't help anything to be like that. And I don't want Lucy to see me acting like that. You know, I really tried on this vacation. I wasn't happy with every single picture I took that I looked the most beautiful, skinny thing ever. I wasn't happy with myself. But I just tried to just say, you know what? Let's just make memories. And how you look is how you look. And she doesn't care. You know, your family doesn't care. Just have fun.
Yeah.
And sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves to be a certain size or be a certain number. I just want to be healthy. So I know I need to lose more weight. I'm not at a healthy weight right now. But I think that the obsessiveness I tend to get into, and some people need that accountability. Yeah. But for me, it becomes very restricting. And then I tend to binge more. So I'm kind of playing around, and I'll let you guys know everything. Okay. Cindy says, can you help give me my problem is every time I diet, my hair falls out in clumps. I eat tons of fruits, vegetables, and protein. Any advice? Maybe you should check with your doctor. That shouldn't be happening. Actually, when I was really young, you guys aren't going to believe this. When I was really young, I was so skinny that my mom and dad were worried about me, and they had took me into the doctors and stuff because I was so skinny. I was not eating enough, like as a little kid, like 7 or 8, like super skinny. I was really picky. I wasn't eating a lot, and my hair started falling out in like clumps. And they started making me eat like protein bars and fiber bars and all this nasty. I remember it being so gross. This was before they had all the good protein bars they have now, y'all. This stuff was like eating cardboard. I still remember them making me eat it. And I would check with your doctor, but then just make sure you're actually getting the right nutrients that you need, because if your hair is falling out, there's something that's not.
And believe it or not, when it comes to hair, nails, and even brain activity, healthy fat is key. You cannot cut fat completely out of your life, because whether or not you know it, your brain is made of fat cells.
Yeah.
And so you can't cut that out as far as everything. Your hair and your fingernails and toenails are.
Well, and I'm a big component of
keratin and vitamin A.
You need a little bit of everything. Yeah. You know, if you just eat fruits and vegetables, it's good. But
so go to avocado, go to coconut oil, go to all the healthy ways you can eat fat and get fat in. And again, you want to be everything in moderation. Everything. Don't be afraid to. Treat yourself. Just don't go overboard. That's the problem. Is when the moment that first Oreo hits your mouth, you look down and half the pack's gone. That's where self-control and coming in and making sure when to cut it off. And
so I definitely would check with your doctor, but then just make sure you're eating from all the food groups and you're not limiting yourself too much.
Don't do what I do.
When I hear your hair's falling out, that makes me think there's something that you're not getting enough of. Kim said she has a hard time stopping though. She loves the freedom of intuitive eating, and that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
I don't have a hard time not eating when I'm not hungry. I have a hard time stopping when I'm full, or like all the different things we're talking about in my Bible study, all the different areas where we overeat. Those areas are the ones I have a hard time with. Yeah. So I am trying a couple new things. I will keep you in the loop. One of the new things, I'm not going to get into all of it right now, is to incorporate a little bit of intermittent fasting, which I've also done. If you watched back in the day of me doing Weight Watchers, I did intermittent fasting with it, and I really liked it. I liked how I felt on it.
I think it's going to go really well with intuitive eating. I think it's going to pair up really well.
Because the problem with intuitive eating is I have a hard time once I start eating not being able to stop. But with intermittent fasting, you're just having longer windows where you're not eating. And I've really liked it. I've only been really kind of experimenting the last couple of days, and I've really liked it. So I'll keep you posted, and we'll talk about it more. So
vitamin deficiency.
Yeah, it could totally be.
Anemia. Ooh, I don't know about anemia, but
it could be.
It could be.
It could be.
I don't know about it, but yeah, I don't know as much as she does about that.
30 days slim down. Cool. Let us know how it goes.
When you fast, you start to obsess about food. That's where the spiritual side of fasting comes in. If you're not a spiritual person, then you need to find another replacement. If you sit there during a mealtime and don't eat, but don't do something else, what are you going to think about? I mean, that's why when we fast, for whatever reason, that when you would be eating, you're reading the Bible, you're praying, you're spending time in God's presence, you're focusing on something spiritual.
And with me, what I've found
that really helps.
once I start eating for the day, like once I get up and I start eating, that's when my body's like, oh,
time to eat.
We're eating. And I don't want to stop. I really don't think about food until I have my first meal.
Yep.
So maybe you should just, if it's, and it totally might not be for everybody. It's totally not be for everybody. But I've really been doing a lot of research on it. And I'm liking some of the benefits that I've read that you could have, not just weight loss, although that is a big part of it, not just weight loss, but your body and your cells actually doing repair and healing during that time. And it's really good for your metabolism and stuff. So
make sure you get enough sleep. Yeah. That is huge, guys. That's where I struggle.
And I wanted to say this. I don't think I've talked about this. I started taking melatonin. If you guys know, I don't know.
I'm probably going to start with her.
Nate takes melatonin. He takes a small dose.
0.5 milliliters.
Like it's teeny. Like a dose for an adult is like 4 milliliters. He takes 0.5. But it's just enough that it helps him go to sleep. And so he's been taking it. I've been having a hard time going to sleep and being up really late. So I take it like 30 minutes before I go to bed. And I take a pill, so I think it's like 5 milligrams or something. But I have been sleeping so good. And when I wake up, and I've been waking up about 6 o'clock, I've been waking up before Nate, and I don't feel tired. Like I feel like I actually get rest. Yeah. And that's been helping my mood and my outlook and my energy level so much. I'm going to smack him.
Yeah, so I'm going to definitely do that with her as well. Sleep is huge. Sleep's when your body's burning.
Kim says, I'm doing a pantry shoot tonight, throwing out the junk. I'm home all day. It's just too easy to eat when I'm bored. Yeah, that's when I eat. When I'm home by myself or with the kids, I'm bored, I'm lonely. The pantry's right here. It's full of food. So
guys, for me, it's craving. When I have had salt or had protein, your body's like, you want something sweet. And I go, and I hate it. I hate it so bad. That is my weakness. And then it's the other way around. If I'm sweetened out, you want something salty. And then half a bag of chips later.
If you could plan that into your meals. Yeah. So like, okay, I'm going to have something small that's salty or a meal. And then I'm going to plan my dessert so that you're getting that, but you're not feeling like you have to binge eat like after you're already full. So.
And that's where drinking water, making sure you're getting enough protein helps. So.
Yeah, Linda, that's a great idea. She's saying she quit buying and started eating fruits, vegetables, and when I wanted something, I would buy one cookie at the bakery. Yeah, that's a great idea because when you have like a whole box of cookies, that's going to be more tempting to eat.
Why don't we have a jar over here that you put one Oreo in for the beginning of the day, and then you like bolt lock them inside of a cabinet or something? Yeah. And that way, when we walk by that jar, when that Oreo's gone, it's gone. Yeah. And
actually, I'm kind of fed up with Oreos right now. That is not a problem.
We're just in an Oreo mood right now, so that's kind of where we've been.
But yeah, melatonin's really been helping me, and I have a hard time like turning my brain off at night, and it does make you tired. But have you ever taken like NyQuil or Benadryl or something that like knocks you out?
Yeah.
If one of the kids wake up and they need me, I'm not so groggy that I can't hear them and get up and deal with it and all that. It just makes me tired enough where I feel like I'm going to go to sleep. But it's really, really been helping me. Okay.
Sugar than salt. Yeah. Seriously, guys, that is one of the, the food locker thing. Yeah, that works. I love it's called the kitchen safe. I know all about it. That really would work well for a lot of things. The only problem with that is that you're going to just do something else. If you've got a driver's license and a car, you're just going to go get it.
You're not going to be as likely to go get it.
You won't be as likely to, but you're going to find some. We've told this story before. We didn't have any cookies or anything real sweet, but we had ingredients up here, like a bag of chocolate chips that you wouldn't put into a cookie. We ate that whole bag of chocolate chips because it's just another option that you can get into. So again, it's willpower. And one of the things I've learned that's hard on me is I need to make sure that when I do eat a meal, I really go after the protein and the water first. Because then I've noticed, like today we ate a burger and I had sweet potato fries at lunch.
Guys. I wasn't vlogging it. Phenomenal. We went to this new place and they had burgers and like I seriously didn't even eat dinner because it was so much.
I ate a lighter dinner than I would have because of it. But what is amazing is that I ate mostly the burger and just went after the fries a little bit. I left half my fries on the plate because the burger filled me up with all the protein. And that continued to reminds me, if you're full first on the good stuff that is going to last longer, and you don't fill your body with all the carbs and all the sugar that's going to burn quickly and turn into fat quickly, then,
and I mean, it is true. Sugar is super addicting. I mean, it is. And it's what makes you fat. Fat doesn't make you fat. If you look at the studies, fat does not make you fat. Sugar and carbs make you fat. And that's the kind of stuff that once you start eating it, you want more, you want more, you want more.
Yeah.
And it makes you tired feeling. When you eat that stuff, you just want to lay down. You don't have any energy. Oh, Cindy, I hope you're doing good after your surgery.
I'm so sorry about
man, that sounds awful. But maybe you could try the melatonin. I mean, I don't know if it would interact with any of your medicines. You might want to check with your doctor, but it might help you sleep without any weird side effects. I really have been liking it, and it's super cheap. You just get it at like Walmart. I think it was like $4 or $5 for the bottle that I got. So, anyways.
That's everything we had on the list. So now it's just, if we want to start wrapping it up.
Yeah, we've been talking for a long time.
If anybody has any remaining questions or comments they want to throw our way, we love doing this with you guys. It's so much fun. I love doing the live streams. It's so fun to be able to chat with you in real time. We've promised we'd do it once a month. We might bump it up to twice. Has it been all month? It's been once a month. It's been once a month. I've enjoyed it. It's so fun. I look forward to this time. I really do. Yeah, it's really fun to connect with you guys. And thank you for taking part of your Memorial Day to spend with us. That's awesome. I hope you guys had a good day. Like I said, we had a really good day just being lazy, and it's back to work for this guy tomorrow. And I have both kids with me, and we're going to get through it. Fun question. What are y'all binge watching right now? That's what I want to know. I'm binge watching Once Upon a Time. I started with him. He's left me in the dust. Because I kept falling asleep because we'd watch it late at night, and then I would lay down and I'd fall asleep. The stuff that makes her interested is the stuff that puts me to sleep, and vice versa. I love TV shows that late at night put me to sleep, no matter what they are. I love intricate characters. The more the merrier. The storylines, character development. I love that. I like that too. So, but with you, once you enter like the 30th or 40th character, you've lost it. So who is that person again? What did they do? Yeah. Well, part of it's because I fall asleep through half of it. Yeah, that's half of it too. I'm finishing up Grey's Anatomy. I only have like 2 or 3 more episodes before I got caught up, and it's crazy. Crazy. I love Grey's Anatomy. He doesn't watch it with me, so I'm watching it. He would like it. I'm not big on medical shows. I'm just not big. It's not all medical. It's not. Well, I know. Just the setting of it. I don't know. He would like it. I hate hospitals. I hate hospitals. I'm sure I would. He would. The only hospital show I ever gave anything to and watched every single episode was House. But that's mainly because that character is so addicting. But Grey's Anatomy has so many good characters. You would like it. House was just such a unique individual thing. And good grief, Hugh Laurie has changed acting forever based on that character. Sorry, guys. But no, I love Once Upon a Time. I'm there right now. I liked the first 3 seasons, and then it got kind of weird. We've gone back into Home Improvement. We're almost done with that, which is hilarious. So, but my other thing is I can't watch crime shows, and that's like the number one thing on TV. I feel like that's for you. I did. You like Bones? I loved. Bones is not just crime though. Bones is so much more than crime. It's mostly crime, which is what I loved about it. It's more about the team working together to. Well, most of those shows are. But whereas SVU is they're all policemen. That's all they do. But on Bones, there's a scientist. There's a therapist. There's a policeman. There's a bones specialist. They're all individual. There's a what's her name? The artist who works with the CG stuff. So there's back and forth bouncing between all these cool different characters, which makes it easier to fall in love with. So yeah, but all these other shows like Chicago PD. Oh, I don't like those. Blue Bloods. I want to like them. I really do. But the moment I watch one episode, it's like I've seen this. It's just like all the other cop shows with new characters. Full House. I love Full House. Fuller House. I like crime shows and I like all that stuff. But when I want it late at night, when I just want to binge watch a show, I want it to be lighthearted and fun and not make me feel anxious. So Criminal Minds, tired. I can't do it. I can't do it. I've actually never seen that 70s show. I want to go back. I've seen a couple of them. I've heard I remember when it was really popular. Yeah.
What time do you both typically go to bed, wake up? I normally go to bed right about now, right around 10:30, and I wake up. Nate's been waking up right at 6. So, well, sometimes he'll sleep a little bit later, 6:30.
Oh, no. Horror-based shows, vampires, werewolves.
Yeah,
no,
we don't like that.
We don't go there at all.
No. I really like comedies, like just lighthearted. Like right now, I really like Blackish.
I love comedies. I love action-based. I love drama. Yeah, but if it's based on...
I love Lucy and Andy Griffith. Yes, me too. I could watch Andy Griffith and I Love Lucy on rerun over and over and over. And The Office. I love that show.
That's your favorite show of all time.
I've watched it so many times. I love it.
Her go-to-sleep show is Friends because she's seen it so many times.
And I like to watch TV.
Golden Girls is funny.
I like Golden Girls, so I'm going to sleep too.
I haven't seen enough Golden Girls to really
I've seen them all
several
times. So.
Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah, they were before our time, but I grew up watching Nick at Night.
And TV. I grew up watching TV Land.
I loved all those old shows like Bewitched and
no, sorry guys.
Cosby Show.
Westerns, no. Bonanza.
Your dad watched it. Gilmore Girls. Yes, I love that show. I love Gilmore Girls. I was late on the Gilmore Girls bandwagon. It was only a few years ago that I sat and watched all of them, but I love them.
My dad loves Bonanza. He also loves what's that show that was on forever? There's a Western show. Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy. He's got like a person's name in it. Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy. Sorry, Dad. That's how little I care about it. Is that I've forgotten it already. But the show he got me on, which I'll watch if it's on TV, is Hogan's Heroes. I love that show. That show is hilarious. Hogan. That's funny.
No.
Little House on the Prairie. No.
I never really watched it too
That's
much.
my dad's generation. That's what he watches.
When I was a kid, Nick at Night was Bewitched.
I Dream of Jeannie.
Family, Dream of Jeannie, Lucy. What else?
My Three Sons.
Laverne and Shirley.
Happy Days. Love Happy Days. I love Happy Days.
I love Laverne and Shirley.
That was a great show.
I loved all those shows. A Saved by the Bell. Oh, that wasn't really Nick at Night. That was
Family Matters.
Family Matters. Step by Step.
Boy Meets World.
Yeah,
I love that show. That may be my favorite sitcom of all time. I love Boy Meets World. It's a great show.
Gilmore Girls for life. I love Gilmore Girls. I think you would like it too, honestly. It's such a good story. There's so much.
Nope, didn't watch the A-Team.
Greatest American Hero. I've never seen
Don't even know what that is.
Bionic Man. A-Team. No. I don't.
The A-Team movie was great.
Bewitched, Full House, Hang on Mr. Cooper. Yeah, I remember that. We've been watching Home Improvement, Tim the Toolman Taylor, for the last
couple months. Yeah. We're
going through it again, and it's so good. We did watch Girl Meets World for like the nostalgia of singing.
Yeah, and we finished it out. It's
okay.
It doesn't. I'm sorry. You can't recapture the magic of the original. You just can't. They tried to with the cast, and now I will say this: the two main characters for the girls,
Brady Bunch. Yes, I love that.
Yeah, they did a great job with them. But I'm sorry, you just can't. In today's culture, it just doesn't. It's not going to.
I think like for the kids that saw it, like that were that age, I think they loved it.
Oh, I agree.
But it was more for that age than for us like adults.
Yeah.
So. You can't recreate the magic of Boy Meets World. It's such a great show. So
that to me may be one of the best examples of a true brother friendship that Sean and Corey had, to where literally
we love Last Man. I love Last Man Standing too. He's never seen it, so I'm like, after we get done with Home Improvement, I want to start over with him watching Last Man Standing. And Last Man Standing is coming back. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'll definitely jump back.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is, it's like there's nothing new under the sun, and they're not creative enough to come up with anything. So they're having to bring back Roseanne and bring back Will and Grace and bring back Full House.
Well, they already have a built-in audience that is ready to see.
That's the thing. Yeah, today's generation. They're on YouTube. I
used to watch Murphy Brown too.
They're on Instagram. They're on Twitter. They're on Snapchat. I don't even think most of the millennials watch TV.
Bye,
really,
Linda.
For the most part.
Hope you have a good night.
Take care, guys.
So anyway, there's some good shows.
It's just a different time.
But the older shows they're just like so comforting to me because I saw them when I was a kid.
It takes you to an innocent place where there's no language, no.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
You have to worry about somebody coming on screen doing something inappropriate.
And there's really not a whole lot of shows like sitcoms like that now. There's not.
Mm-mm.
I like Blackish. It's pretty lighthearted, but even then there's some things.
Yeah.
I mean, Last Man Standing.
Oh, I forgot about the Wonder Years.
I love the Wonder Years.
That was a great show too.
I love the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
And I just thought of one. It just escaped my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone.
Yeah, see, that's where she and I are a little bit different. Is that she grew up with the Disney Channel. I didn't have it. Our cable subscription, we didn't have the Disney Channel, so I grew up completely Nickelodeon, and so I watched all those shows. I didn't have Boy Meets World growing up. I didn't really discover Boy Meets World until high school. So
you didn't get to see Lizzie McGuire, even Stevens. You guys probably don't know anything I'm talking about.
None of those.
It's a very small little window of you're growing up. You watched that.
Yeah, so I grew up with all the
Kelly.
Nope.
Xenon.
Nope.
Who remembers Xenon?
Nope.
I can't.
The earliest I remember was beginning of Boy Meets World. I started getting into, and like I think one of the first Disney movies that I saw that was made to TV was like the Cheetah Girls or something like that. So I didn't get to see any. I didn't get to see any of those.
Oh, I was too old for that.
No, so I was more into for
Lizzie
sure.
McGuire, yes.
No, didn't get to watch any of that.
That was like, now looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh.
So what was funny, I went to college in Florida, and of course, if you're in Florida, even the college dorms have the Disney Channel.
See, you guys know Xenon. We love Xenon. That was like one of my favorite movies.
For our generation, those shows now, I mean, I'll go back now and catch a few of the episodes of those shows. Even the acting was better. Like some of the Disney Channel shows you turn on now, it's so painful.
Now we sound really old.
It's so painful.
The Disney Channel now is not what it used to be.
No.
Because like, what are they watching now? Kate and Alexia? I'm butchering it.
Nickelodeon's the same way. Nickelodeon acting's gotten worse.
Yeah.
It's
probably, but you go back and watch some of the shows. Like I liked Clarissa Explains It All, and I've gone back and watched that and been like, oh my gosh, this is so bad.
All that Kenan and Kel, Yeah,
it's pretty cheesy when you go back.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, zoom, zoom, zoom. Make your heart go boom, boom.
Nope.
See, he doesn't know any of it.
I have no clue. I have no clue.
iCarly. I was past the iCarly. I do remember it, but I didn't really watch it.
Yeah.
Remember when cartoons came only on Saturdays? Yes, I do. Saturdays was the best.
I woke up at about 7 a.m. and I watched anything Cartoon Network or Saturday morning cartoons.
Rugrats were our favorite.
Doug.
Yes, I love Doug. Angry Beavers.
Real Monsters.
Ooh, what was that one called? Hey Arnold. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember when MTV was like MTV. They didn't have MTV now. Like it's not.
Yeah, well, they have it. It's just more
different.
It's more Jersey Shore and stuff like that. I mean, the later versions of it. I mean, all these other.
Back when they had like, I don't even remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember. Angry Beavers.
Yeah. Cribs and those kind of shows on MTV now. Wrap-offs.
Darkwing Duck. Yes, I do remember Darkwing Duck.
I remember Darkwing Duck.
Looney Tunes. Yes. I loved Looney Tunes.
See, that's what I grew up with.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Foghorn Leghorn, all the classic 1950s and 60s cartoons. That's what I grew up with, and I still love it. Yeah. And those were geared towards adults. Adults can watch those now and still laugh.
Yeah, we
Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. See, now that stuff would be banned. This is going to make kids drop anvils on their friends' heads. What? Good luck making that happen. Sylvester and Tweety. Let's get
Animaniacs.
Dangerous. Yes. Yeah.
So good.
Wacko.
So good.
Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. That's it. I was like, what's the other guy's name? Yakko, Wacko, and Dot.
There was so many good shows back then.
There were.
But now they're like way more educational. Like we didn't have those educational shows. They were just junk, but they were good.
Well, I mean, we had like Eureka's Castle.
We had like Sesame Street.
Blue's Clues.
No, we didn't have Blue's Clues.
That was like
Blue's Clues came out when I
that was the tail. That was like the tail end of our generation. Like when we hit 7 or 8.
Bobby's
and got a little
World. Yes, I love Bobby's World.
Great show.
And I remember watching Sesame Street as a little kid. I mean, yeah.
Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
Now it's Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood.
Reading Rainbow.
Loved Reading Rainbow.
Yes. Bananas in Pajamas. I remember that too.
Mm-hmm.
You guys we're going way back.
Yeah,
Sonic the Hedgehog. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I totally remember all this.
Yeah. We're definitely reaching into our childhood now.
And we would get up in the morning so early. Like my mom would have to drag us out of bed for school. But on Saturday morning, we'd be up.
Yeah.
We'd like make some cereal. And my mom and dad would just say, y'all have to be quiet out here watching TV or you're going to have to go back to your room.
Yeah.
Bed. But it would be like 6 in the morning. We'd be up watching Rugrats and all the shows. And remember when the Nick Jr. or not Nick, I'm saying Nick Jr. about everything. When the Nickelodeon Awards, the Kids' Choice Awards came out.
Yes.
That was like my favorite part of the whole year.
That was the Oscars to us. I hate the Oscars.
I loved watching. They would like slime people and stuff. I loved the Kids' Choice Awards. That was like my favorite. Gilligan's Island, yes. Out of the box. Out of the box.
I remember that too. Yeah.
Out of the Box, I think I watched with my cousins. They were a little bit younger than me, but I remember that.
See, and then I was big on game shows. Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Deal or No Deal.
Okay, let me answer Christy.
All that kind of stuff.
Christy,
yeah.
Yes, I really like the Living on a Dime cookbook. If you're going to order it, I do have a referral link. It's on, actually, let me see if I can get it for you.
Yes, Christy, where slime started. You can't do this on television.
I really like
awesome.
the Living on a Dime book. Okay, this might... the reason I like it so much.
Why do you like it so much?
Okay, this might start playing if you'll hear this. Let me pause it. Sorry. I'm gonna get my referral link for Living on a Dime, Dining on a Dime cookbook. So why I like it so much is it is cheap, affordable meals that are easy, inexpensive, and super simple. So they're not going to cost you a lot of money. They're just good, basic recipes. I'm not big on cookbooks. Here is my affiliate link. I'm not big on cookbooks. I have like a Pioneer Woman cookbook and that's it. But I really like this book and I use it a lot. It has so many good recipes. Like the cheeseburger rolls are some of our favorites. Yeah, I'm getting on all the knowledge. I really, really, really love this book. And I love the Living on a Dime YouTube page. It is they're so awesome over there and they have such great financial advice. But like they have like just simple recipes. Like, nowadays when you go look up a recipe for, banana bread, you're going to get like 100 million variations. But if you just want a simple old-fashioned banana bread recipe or whatever, this book has pretty much everything. I love it. I've done several reviews of different recipes. And I finally got my affiliate link. So if you want to buy it, definitely go through that. And they're just, like I said, they're just awesome. And the book is great. And I pretty much leave it out all the time. And I'm always looking through it. They also have some really good information here that isn't recipes, like just how to do a menu, how to do a meal plan, like gift ideas, and just really good financial kind of budget stuff. So I definitely would recommend it. If you guys have any questions, I don't endorse too many things, but this is one thing I really, really have enjoyed. Paid for it by myself, own money and all that. They don't even know who I am over there, but it's really good. So that's my little commercial break on Dining on a Dime, but it's really good. Their pizza dough, some of my favorites. I made it into calzones and we really, really liked it. So Llama Llama Red Pajama. My kids love the Llama Llamas, the Llama Llama books.
And Llama Llama.
And the Llama Llama TV show on Netflix. It's so good.
If you could pick Nickelodeon or Disney Channel, what would you pick?
When I was a kid?
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched
Nickelodeon.
Both.
That's what I was.
I don't know.
I didn't have Disney Channel. That's an easy choice for me.
I mean, when I was like a younger kid, probably Nickelodeon. Then as I got to be like a middle school age, I watched more Disney Junior. So, anyways, Barney, yeah. We used to be so embarrassed that we liked Barney that me and my friend, there was like this neighborhood girl that would come over sometime, and she was a few years older than us. So we would like go down and watch Barney, but if we heard her coming or we were kind of afraid she was going to come, we would turn it off real fast like we were doing something bad. Because we were so embarrassed. And like if you were gonna make fun of someone, you would say like, "Oh, you just love Barney." And that was like the biggest insult because you were like so immature.
Oh, I know.
That's so stupid.
It is terrible.
But yeah, I loved Barney as a kid. I don't think my kids. Nate's seen a couple episodes and he didn't really care anything about it. But anyway, it's good. But it's like get stuck in your head. Yeah, you would get embarrassed on Barney. You're just a Barney lover. That was like the worst thing you could call.
Yeah, some shows you just weren't cool if you watched them.
Favorite kids shows, your kids' favorite shows at the moment. Right now, Max and Ruby's big with Nate. That's a new one. I've been hoping he would go on to something new. And we finally got on Max and Ruby. And I'm happy with that.
I think Lucy still is Peppa.
Yeah. They both watch a lot of YouTube,
They both love Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. But yeah, Lucy loves YouTube channels. Ryan's Toy Review.
They like to watch videos of other kids playing with toys. That's what Lucy watches.
And I found out today, Nate loves to watch other people watch videos or play games, which is hilarious. We're watching Good Mythical Morning, and Rhett and Link were playing a video game, and Nate got sucked into it. He was loving watching them play video games.
They like, but yeah, like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Peppa Pig, Bubble Guppies. Mm-hmm. That's their favorites right now.
Yeah, all the Nate Jr. shows are big.
Yeah. Nate is a people watch. Nate does watch. He watches a lot of like what you do, and he always is watching. He's always watching, even when you don't realize he is. They finally brought their parents on Max and Ruby. I haven't seen that much Max and Ruby. Nate just got into it, and so I'm like, yeah, we have a new show. So I haven't watched too much with him, but there's like a game on his Kindle is how he got into it, and they're like cooking. And then Max, like they'll be making a cake and you'll add the ingredients, and then Max will try to put in like dirt or worms or something. And Nate thinks it's so funny. So that's how we got into it.
That's funny.
Oh, I'm so glad your grandbaby likes watching us.
We're big with grandkids.
Yes. We like that. I like that your grandbabies like to watch us. That's so sweet. Lucy sometimes watches our videos, but mostly she doesn't like. She wants to watch Ryan or Michael on Family Fun Pack. She likes watching other people's lunch videos, though, like the Bunches of Lunches, Family Fed. She likes those. It gives her ideas on what to try. So we have been talking for 2 hours, you guys.
Time to wrap it up.
We gotta go to bed.
Time to go to bed.
So thank you so much for joining us for this live event. We will definitely do it. Okay, real quick. Last question. Christy, best thing you ate at Walt Disney World?
Mickey bar?
I guess so. It wasn't anything that was just like out of this world, but we only had like burgers. I did have a chicken parmesan sandwich that was pretty good. Mm-hmm. I guess I'll go with that.
Okay.
But Mickey bar. What about you? That bacon cheeseburger was good too.
I was gonna say that, or the one we ate at the grill was good. But
I'm talking about in the park.
In the park,
the best thing we ate at Disney World is we went to On the Border, and it's so good. That's like one of my favorite restaurants.
Yes, that was the best meal of the week. No question.
So good. What does David do? He is basically an associate pastor, but he also does he does worship. He's a youth pastor. He helps out with the kids.
Assimilation, discipleship.
Basically, it's David and the head pastor, and they pretty much together do everything.
And we try to run the church as if it had 1,000 people, even though it has 100.
Yeah, they work really hard, and they're trying to. Yeah. We have a very small church, and we're just praying that it continues to grow and God blesses it. And we have some really great people at our church, we're serving such an awesome couple. The head pastors are just so awesome and so supportive.
It's so easy to do what I do when you have an amazing pastor and wife like we do.
They're so accommodating with our family, and they never push us to,
be anything other than ourselves.
Yeah. And we love them so much. So, yep, that's what he does. She says it sounds like her husband. It's a unique kind of job situation, but we are blessed. We are so blessed. So anyway, David's tallying up the candy bars, so make sure you stick around because that should be coming. I don't know if it'll be next or it's just going to be on the list. We're going to keep getting tallies. But thank y'all so much for joining us for this live event. We'll definitely do another one coming sooner, but I can't hardly talk. I need to go to bed.
Let's go to bed.
We love y'all. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up.
Leave us comments down below. Continue to send us ideas for all the stuff we're working on.
Good night, everybody. And make sure you come back tomorrow night because our first Disney vlog is coming out. So you can hear in more detail. We love you guys, and we'll see you guys back later.
Bye.